you. I could do the intro and then post all over the social medias real quick too. Mags, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Because we got our little things. Vanny, it's changed. A lot has changed since the last time you've been here. So
Well, see, I've lurked before, and I've said hi during podcasts.
yes. But once more people get in, but Mags will already get it so they can see it in the chat as well. But for all of you guys that are new here, and when you come back and watch this VOD, if you guys did not know, we do have a YouTube channel where we do post exclusive content to our YouTubes. I love you. Oh, show me those teeth. Sorry, pause.
No, white.
Yeah, they're very white. I'm just checking those loose teeth. Nice. Look at that. Look at that.
Handsome little fella.
It's cute. He rejected a little dad kiss, by the way, and I'm offended by that.
As you should.
She's like she's like he doesn't reject mommy kisses. But anyways, yes, we do have it. Also, thank you for the sub, Vanny. Thank you, much love. We do have exclusive content on our YouTube channel, like our Shibuya Anime Tavern Talk Show, which they actually started their own YouTube channel. But we do have some of their content on our channel. Also, you'll also see gameplays that you do not see on our Twitch channel. So please, if you guys would like, please go check out our YouTube channel. In the link below, in our chat, all you gotta do is type in exclamation point YouTube. Also, if you guys did not know, we do have a Discord, and that's where you can come and hang out with our community. I do believe we have one of the best communities in all of Twitch. I will put my community up against anybody else's community. We got some humble people. We also have mental health chats in there, anything. It's a very loving and warming community, so please go check out our Discord and hang out with us on off stream. It's a Gucci old time. Also, if you guys didn't know, our stream does have a sponsor. We are sponsored by W Energy. Go to w.gg and use promo code NovaCircuit at checkout and get 10% off your order. This week I've been drinking Galaxy Grenade. If you guys haven't noticed, I've been nothing but dominant in all my gameplays. That's thanks to W. Actually, I'm not gonna lie, W for real probably made me make it through last week because I was tired AF with weird sleep schedule stuff. But yeah, so please go w.gg and use promo code NovaCircuit at checkout. That's it. I'm still posting to social medias, but we do have a special guest tonight. And if you guys didn't notice, I went old school. Vanispheres was, for those who don't know, Vanispheres was our first guest ever on a podcast.
Right?
So I went ahead and found the old layout that we had for your podcast back then. It even has the old Nova Circuit logo on it. That's how old school this is. But this was the original one. I was fooling around. That's why the stream was a little bit late too, trying to like fix it because our layout is completely different than this now. But yes, and it's not even showing our chat, so that's just beautiful. I think I know why. I think I remember why too. Hold on.
Hello, Queen.
Oh, there it is. I knew why. I told you guys. I'm just better than that. Hey, Queen, how you doing? Also, if my mods are here, can we get some shout-outs? We need a shout-out to Vanispheres.
I did already.
We need a shout-out to Deku Fairy Tale. And we need a shout-out to Queen of Hearts. Also, Deku, I got you your dab. Right there. I'm going to continue to post the social media Discord, but Vanny, how has it been, man? What have you been doing in the past year, man? But I already know because I'm a big fan of yours. I'm just going to let you guys know I'm a huge fan of Vanispheres. Tier 3 sub for a year, and I'm very proud of that. I wish there was higher tiers because he would get every single one of those.
Aw, look at that.
I highly recommend you guys go to his streams. His streams are amazing. Your streams are fantastic, man. And he's not only a great streamer, he's a great person. All of us in Nova Circuit love him. He really is a great person. His streams are fantastic. He's very involved with his community just as much as we are. I can't recommend a better streamer. Please go check him out. He is literally one of my favorite streamers on Twitch. And Ray Narvaez is my all-time favorite, but Vanny is right there. Punch him in the back of the head, ready for it. So, please. 20 more and you're getting closer? Awesome, Queen. That's awesome. I love to hear that news. I'm going to start posting to social medias. Vanny, tell us what you've been doing in the past year since the last time you graced us with your presence.
Please.
I'll say hasn't been really been that long. Jesus Christ. And also, thank you for that warm introduction too. I feel like I have so much more to live up to from that description. Where I feel like all I really do is I just like drink and curse and play video games and sometimes cook.
That's the best part.
Yeah, if I say everybody watch that, like if your expectation about here, you want to like probably lower those down about right about there. Because I think the last time, if it was last year, then that would have been before the move. I've been in this apartment now for right about like I think 10 months now, and so yeah, I moved from Northern California to Southern California. Quit my job, got a new job, did a little bit of traveling, I think, overall. But other than that, it's just I think just because of COVID and just being more cautious and everything, really not a lot like terribly new that I've done since last time I was on the show, other than just maybe playing different games or got a couple new cookbooks, something like that. So my life is considerably more boring than it made it sound. Like now that I actually start like to say like what have I done in the last year? Like write that list. I was like moved.
Yeah.
That's it.
I mean,
that is fuck all it.
you did get a new job.
I did get a new job. Yes, I did.
Yeah.
Another awesome job that I'm jealous of.
Yep. So always as a disclosure for too, 'cause it's something that they I do now just out of consideration for my company, but I do work for Activision Blizzard. So if the discussion ever leans towards anything Activision Blizzard related, thoughts or opinions are 100% my own. I do not reflect my company.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Call of
Always have to throw
Duty.
out that legal disclaimer.
Call of Duty.
Yes.
And hackers. I'm just kidding. I'm not putting the heat on you already.
Wave it, open up that can of worms.
I was like, I'm gonna go ahead and go to the disconnect part. Yeah. That's basically is my like the big role is just anything that has to do with like work stuff for too. I'm just much more cautious. That's all.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
But
what are you doing there at Activision? Are you creating any games or any other stuff going on?
Or is it the same role you kind of had at your past job?
Yeah.
yeah, I still work in
okay.
HR. Yeah, I cannot program. I cannot code. You do not want me anywhere near any that revolves like math or gameplay physics stuff like that. You don't want me anywhere near the other. It's just gonna be me just staring at a computer, going like, "That's a computer. I know what that is."
Low key, I
That's
think you'd be a good voice actor.
Yeah.
I think I talk too fast to be a voice actor.
Dude,
like,
me
I'd
too. Me too.
I'd run through all my lines in like 15 minutes, one take, and be like, "We're done. Fuck off."
Oh my god. Yeah.
Stop. Can we get another take? Like, stop drilling. You hit oil. We're fine.
That's my thing. Like when I do promos and stuff, like my wife Mags has said it. They're just like, slow down. Like you're saying it too fast. They can't understand you when you're speaking a million miles per hour. And I'm like, yeah, I'm just nervous. I'm still nervous. I've been doing the streaming thing for a couple of years now, and I'm still nervous when I do promos or talk about anything. Hey, what's up, Long Milkshake? How you doing, buddy? So
like it's something that I went to a speech therapist years ago about my rate of speech, and it was due to my first language being Spanish. And like in my case, when I started to learn English, all my like grammar, vocabulary, enunciation, all that went out the window, but I kept the rate of speech. And it's just more of like a remnant of my childhood than anything else. But it, like in my case, I know it definitely does come across more like I'm either like nervous or I'm rushing. It's just nah. That's just the little bit of the Spanish I still have click-clacking around my brain.
my Spanish is going away. Like I was actually pretty decent at it. I actually paid attention in school for Spanish, and like there's some people that show up in chat and I can understand what they're trying to say. I piece things together, but my responses are kind of broken in some ways. But they'll be like, "Oh, that was pretty good," but man, that's definitely something that kind of I wish kind of stuck in my head. Cause yeah,
me too. My neighbor across from us is the sweetest old woman, and I love her so much. But I can't understand her because she speaks Spanish, and I just love her. She tries to speak to me, and she knows I don't understand, and we try to communicate with like sign language and stuff, and I'm like, oh my gosh. But I love her so much. She's such a sweet little old woman, and she loves my kids, and it's just I wish I could. I told Jeff, I said I wish I knew how to speak Spanish. I would just sit and talk with her. She's so sweet.
Well, there are apps out now too to kind of help with that, like Duolingo and a few other things too. It's just a matter of just sitting out and starting to do it. And
yes, exactly.
I'm the same way with it too. Like I noticed that whenever I am using more Spanish, like back in my old retail days, I working in downtown Texas or downtown San Antonio. Like we would have a lot of folks who come over from Mexico just for either for travel, for business, vacations and stuff. And so I started picking up a little bit more just from interacting with them, and then it started getting a bit more fluent. And then I quit, and then moved to Minnesota, and it all left.
Yeah.
And
yeah, keep up on it. It kind of sat.
Well, in my case, I forgot all that as soon as I left high school.
Yeah.
And I needed mine. Mine was for a strategic point and why I wanted to learn Spanish. It was just to be the element of surprise in an argument. That was the only reason.
You decide to better yourself to be more intricately spiteful.
Right. Yeah. Well, it was more like, all right, touche. You win arguments, but guess what? I'm gonna have that element of surprise when I get back at you in Spanish. Mags knows what I'm talking about. So that's literally that's why I paid attention, saved it up, and now it's faded. Like I haven't needed it now. Like I said, I do still know some Spanish. It's just I'll either speak very slowly or I'll definitely miss some things and like, well, you used that wrong, and I'm like, yeah, I tried. Kaya. All right, I think I'm done with all this. Now my focus is clear. I accidentally posted in yours, Vanny, and I had to delete it. I was like, wait, he has me on auto.
Yep.
What the heck, man? I'm gonna make somebody else do this. Mags, this is your job next.
So what's
what was that face right there? You're just like, geez, like that's the look of like, fuck that.
Because in the last week, he's like, Mags, you're gonna do like he's just like, Mags, you're gonna stream on this day. I'm like, okay, I'm ready, and I'm like, oh, so he's been like pounding it on me, like, here, this is you. Here, you're gonna make what was it the other night? He was like, here, you want to make a thumbnail? He's like, here you go, and I sat there, and I'm like, do I want to do this right now? Like, I'm not in the mood to make a thumbnail right now. And he was yelling at me. He's like, you know what you could be doing right now. And I'm like, oh, my God.
Oh, God, all the dabs, Jesus.
I would say, like, yeah, you owe this community now 5 dabs right now. Like,
yes, all you. Not my turn this time.
Oh,
I did
Lord,
6.
I
had to do the Cam Newton dab. You can't just do. I have varieties. My son today was teaching me some of the Doctor Strange moves. He was going like, Daddy, when we were playing rock, paper, scissors, I guess Doctor Strange is involved in rock, paper, scissors now. Because he's like, Daddy, you can't beat Doctor Strange shield. Is like, how do you do that? And he's like, rock, paper, scissors. And then he was just like, and I'm like, oh, okay. And he's like, also there's Doctor Strange blast. And he's like, and I'm like, okay.
He made that up.
Yeah.
All that
It's like, all right. I was like, well, back in my day, we did like rock, papers, baby Jesus was like the hardest thing to beat.
Baby Jesus is
this man said baby Jesus.
They said you need to do the white boy dab. Oh God, I don't know if my brain's ready. I'm tired, but I'll do it.
One day you're gonna end up with a concussion, bro.
Yep.
Cause he gonna hit that mic so hard, you gonna knock yourself out.
Woo. I gotta breathe. I'm out of shape.
I was say, do you need a second?
Oof.
Man,
I
need a second.
Man, I got so exhausted today. I've let's see, we so for my wife's Valentine's Day, we took her out to the park, and we made it like very authentic. Like I went online and ordered her
Mother's Day.
Yeah, for Mother's Day. Excuse me.
Yep.
I ordered her in like an old school like basket with like it's like from like the 20s, and we brought that with us, and we brought we went out to the park, ate lunch, played basketball, soccer, baseball, all the sports God created, because my son was like, let's do this one now. So those already wore me out. I realized I even sat down for a bit. I was like, man, I just realized I'm way past my prime. And then we were like, okay, cool, let's go do putt-putt. So we went over to a putt-putt place, did putt-putt, and then we went out and ate. And man, I'm just exhausted. It's a lot of work, man.
Sounds like.
Yeah, but it's for my lovely wife. She has been a great mother. So
yeah,
shout out to her.
Cheers to that.
The pleasure of seeing you guys on multiplayer again. Every day. Tomorrow we're going to be on multiplayer. What are we doing tomorrow? I don't know what we're doing tomorrow. We never know what we're going to stream. It's every morning. It's all of us message each other. What are we playing today? Even though the schedule says one thing, what's the number one rule of Fight Club? Don't trust the schedule.
Sure, we can go with that one.
Yeah, that's
just don't have. Don't even have a schedule.
We'll be like, do we really want to play this? Like, we'll set the schedule, and then we'll wake up the next morning and be like, man, we really want to play this. And it's like, okay, we're going to change.
Yeah. Sea of Thieves again.
Right. I mean, Sea of Thieves has been fun when Crispy joins us. But, other than that, it's Paladins. But then there's moments where, like, we love Paladins. Don't get me wrong. The game's fantastic. It's just, you get to those points where you're just like, all right, I'm burnt out a little bit. I need to, like, change it up a little bit. So we're like, all right, let's do, like, a Halo or a Phasmophobia or something to change it up. It got so bad for me on multiplayer games in general where last week I just played single player stuff. I even went back. This is how bad it got. I went back and played Final Fantasy 13 just because like I'm going to try to give this game another chance.
I mean, is that bad though?
Yeah, that one's one
One of the
one
worst.
of my least favorite. Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of the worst in my opinion, and that's just my
Well, I
personal
haven't played.
opinion.
It's a lot of people's opinion.
Well, I'm giving it a second chance because I gave 8 a second chance, and
Oh, yeah,
I
you
actually was like, oh, 8 was actually kind of good now that I actually went back and played it again. So I was like, cool. So I was like, man, I'm gonna try 13, and let me just tell you guys something. It's not working, but I'm gonna try.
No.
I'm gonna try. Lightning's cool, but that's it.
Is she?
I
Or
mean,
does she just
So, Danny,
look
what have you
cool?
been
she just
playing
looks
lately?
cool.
Like,
She looks like a
Yeah, you-
badass.
Yeah.
Are
With-
you still playing Final Fantasy 14?
That's.
I am. I actually just got a brand new PC, so it's something I wish that this game would do is that if you switch over to like from one system to another, that it would still save like all of your hotbars and all of your settings and
What's
stuff.
up, No Name?
And it absolutely does not do that. So I had to spend about an hour and change today. I took a bunch of screenshots from my old PC. This is not an interesting story, but
I'm interested.
And then like had to like go through all my screenshots of all my hotbars and then just kind of resetting all those and yeah, it's just the weird like boring logistical stuff. But I've started to branch out a little bit more just because like partially I think just the kind of like what he just said, like just wanting to do something a little bit different. So I started doing Elder Scrolls a bit. I even did like a cosplay stream yesterday of Elder Scrolls Online, which
Okay.
was really fun.
I can see that.
Yeah. And then today, before doing this, I streamed it for the first time in I think at least 3 years. Played some World of Warcraft.
I just saw that on the
Oh,
shout
man,
out.
You know what? We
Yep.
were just me and my husband were just talking about that because he's seen that his best friend was playing it again, and he was like highly addicted to it back in the day when it first came out, and so was I.
Yeah, I think between playing the three of them now all at the same time, you start to see like where like one thing will do better than the other.
Ooh, we got a
like-
raid.
In different aspects.
Oh shit!
Big guy C, thank you for the raid. Welcome. Let's get a shout out to
Let's
Big
go.
Yep.
Hello.
Guy C. How you doing? How was your stream? What did you play? I'm doing the shout out. I beat all my mods. Haha, I'm better.
Okay, all right.
Remember that.
That's
Awesome.
You
You're doing
lucky
this podcast. What was your
sometime.
guys' podcast about? We're a bunch of awesome nerds. We have a special guest down below me. You see that handsome individual with all the cool things that I don't have in my life? That's our guest, Vanispheres. He's an awesome streamer. I highly recommend anybody that joins us. Welcome, first off, welcome, Big C, our big guy. Welcome. We welcome your community. Everybody in chat, be warm and welcome to him. Like I said, we're here at Nova Circle. We're variety streamers. We also do podcasts with other streamers as well. And today we are lucky and blessed to be blessed to have Vanispheres, who's literally one of my favorite streamers. So I can't recommend Vanispheres enough. But thank you. How you doing? I hope you guys had a great stream. Tell us what you guys talked about. That'd be great. Chat, what's up? What's up? Yes. Also, I'm gonna do another shout out to Vanispheres because
I already got it.
Oh.
I already
oh,
got it.
you beat me!
Oh,
Look at
yeah.
you.
Darklight's got the crown now too. What's that say about you now?
You're right.
Just too slow
It's
now.
literally
Fucking
this
that
podcast is just going to be all of us trying to compete with our mods and everybody, just see who can get it first. You was getting political. Oh God,
Oh,
how
okay.
political? What political? Like government political, or what's everybody's talking about now? Amber Heard and Johnny Depp political.
Amber Heard.
I mean, there's a whole variety.
Oh, went deep. Sounds like yeah.
Ooh, y'all had a great conversation, great debates going on. I need to know what y'all were talking about. What's the
Oh,
topic?
okay. They had a guest on there.
Running from
a
office.
surprise
Oh, wow.
guest running for office. All right.
Oh,
Oh, let's go.
Oh, the Roe versus Wade
Oh,
stuff
okay.
too. Yeah, that shit gets intense.
Oh man, that's
Yeah.
that's a conversation
yeah.
I'm not even ready to get into.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you know, it's woof. I'll just be like mute Mike and be like, I'll let y'all discuss this. Oh boy, yeah, right. Also, quick question to No Name because I saw you in chat earlier. Are you a Final Fantasy? Is No Name to Vanny? No Name's in your streams all the time. Is No Name woman a Final Fantasy 13 fan?
She's. I know she is more of a 9 fan, but she's also our white mage extraordinaire in my free company. Well, ours. I think you guys are still in the free company.
I am. I still am. I actually logged in like a couple weeks ago and played a little bit. I just honestly because I missed the music from Final Fantasy 14.
Yeah,
Second Amendment, health insurance, right to repair. They covered about everything. Wow.
Okay.
That's the intense stuff. Yeah.
That's the big brain stuff that this brain right here that you guys see is not big enough for. But I do talk about video games. I can get political about video games, like how Final Fantasy IX was the best Final Fantasy game of all Final Fantasies.
It is a good one. That one does bring the tears.
And there's no other right answer.
Oh, yes, there is.
gosh.
6. Like 6.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Man, 6 was so good, but you can't. No, 6 doesn't count. 9 was the best one. 6 was really good though. Oh my God.
I mean, 6 doesn't count just because
Oh,
you made up the
God.
rule just now.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
if you take if you take out the
Beat
best
everybody.
one, 9
I've
is the
never
best.
played him. Only 14.
Yeah.
Actually,
one.
believe it or not, Vanispheres
Well.
Vanispheres streamed playing Final Fantasy V. Yeah,
did.
yes, you
Yep.
did. That was great. I
Mhm.
loved every bit of those streams. I was lurking a lot of those, but man, those got me past my stressful work days. I'll tell you what, Vanny.
The guy got me.
I'll take. I never played any Final Fantasy games. Hey, that's fine.
Oh,
hey,
you're missing out.
listen,
Hey,
they're great
don't-
games, but I
Don't
mean,
feel
have you
bad.
played video games? Novacirc for life. That's right. Thank you, Duel. Love it.
Aw.
Like I said, guys,
Yeah.
if and also real quick, if any of you guys are streamers that have come from Big Guy C, if any of you guys stream yourselves, let us know. One thing Nova Circuit prides themselves on is shouting out other communities and getting, helping grow other communities, not
Yeah.
just our own. We're not stingy streamers.
Thrown together.
We look at it as we're all one Twitch family. We don't care if you have 20,000 viewers every day or you have 3 viewers every day. We're all streamers, entertainers, gamers, geeks. Everything out in this world is a geek. Either it be political or anything. We're all nerds here, geeks. We all have our fandoms, but we all this world needs a lot of love, and I feel like we all need to go out there and shout out, help lift each other up no matter what. So if you guys stream, let us know. Our mods will be there and they'll shout you out so quick. They're not going to beat me though. I'm on fire today. Just want to let you
Don't
guys know
start
that.
that
Do you want
contest.
to go back to the video to prove that wrong right now?
That
When
was
Dark Light beat you?
I let him beat me.
Yeah.
Oh.
I wanted Dark Light to feel important.
Objection. Here's
Yeah.
Oh yeah, objection hearsay.
Okay.
So can I start the hate train then? Intel or AMD, which is better?
Oh.
Okay. So hear me out.
Jason and Vanny with this one.
As of right now, and this is just personal preference and personal, Intel overall I think is better. But right now, your best bang for your buck is AMD.
100%.
That's what it is.
Okay. Well,
Intel is better, but AMD is your best bang for the buck right now. Xbox or
Yep.
PlayStation?
Yeah, Xbox
Xbox.
for me.
PlayStation.
Oh my God! When you guys say PlayStation, you sound so
Xbox for me.
weak.
Oh, man.
You know why I say PlayStation? Because everything you get on Xbox, you can get on PC. So
Okay.
literally everything.
Yeah.
The next time PlayStation Network gets hacked and you guys can't get into your PlayStation Network accounts for 4 months.
Oh, don't
Oh,
tell
that's
me
fine.
about it.
That was
You just
10
had
years
to-
ago.
You had a struggle yesterday
Yeah.
trying to get your Xbox working.
Yeah,
Was
but
that
it
Friday?
took
No,
them
no, no,
it took
no,
them
no.
4 hours, not
Yeah,
4
Nintendo.
months.
Yeah, that's a good one,
No,
Nintendo,
no, you
yeah. Nintendo. I
took
can
you
get
to a
that.
hole.
Yep.
gangrene. There you go.
Yeah.
What other hot topics are we gonna get into today? Also, it's crazy, Vanny. Yeah, World of Warcraft. God,
Probably.
whoa.
Yeah,
Yep.
World of Warcraft. Yeah.
Yeah, like it's definitely you see the pros and cons between all of them too. I think the biggest thing, like I've seen enough videos out there where people kind of compare the two, and I will always have the soft spot for Final Fantasy 14, and it has been and will be my favorite game of all time.
Yep.
But I do see where like if your mindset can is like malleable enough for it to, I can see why people now enjoy WoW a lot more. If you're somebody who are like lore and story is not the primary focus and not like where you base everything around, then like WoW's like has like really snappy combat. I do like the art stuff for it too. I think it's a bit more cartoonish. The level of customization that you can now have with your character specs that you don't really get with 14. You can just choose different job classes that you like versus like each like character class can have like 3 different specializations for it. So I get the appeal from it from that standpoint. I just think 14 just does this is 14 does better for me. Just does it like miles ahead of what WoW can do. Like I'm up to level 20 with my Worgen right now, and I'm definitely having fun with it too. But if you ask me what the story is right now, I have no fucking idea.
I mean, Listen, the only MMO I truly listened to the story was Final Fantasy 14.
Yeah.
Every other MMO I've played, it's been skipped through. Either that be Phantasy Star, Decaron back when it was 2 moons, anything. But Final Fantasy, I actually listened and paid attention because I enjoy Final Fantasy stories. Yeah, I enjoy Final Fantasy stories. I'm sorry.
Yeah. But Elder Scrolls Online, I played that one yesterday. Like that story's pretty solid. It's more episodic in nature, but it tells like very interesting stories overall. So I'm digging that one as well.
Also, someone mentioned about wasn't Xbox just down? Yeah, like I said, only for 4 hours, not 4 months.
Right.
Yeah, that kind of upset me too. I was upset because I was like, man, I'm just trying to play a game with my son.
Activision Blizzard.
What?
The Big Live said, Big D Live.
Yeah.
Live.
Yeah.
I can't read.
What about Microsoft acquiring Activision Blizzard? Vanny, can you talk about that?
Mm-mm.
You can't? Okay.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, it's not so that it's better if I don't.
Yeah. No, totally. If for the people that came from Big Guy, Vanny actually works for Activision Blizzard.
Yeah.
So.
Well, right. So I always have to do disclaimers too. Like thoughts and opinions are my own, and not reflective of the company.
Right.
Yep. Absolutely.
And listen, Vanispheres is a great guy, and the company is very lucky to have him. So.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
This is the start of week 4 for me.
Man, how do you get the coolest fucking jobs, man? First you're Bandai Namco, right? And then you went down to, oh my God, I envy you.
Yeah.
I need to be working with you. I moved to California.
Double Toasted my wife just messaged me. Ha. Double Toasted just said Nickelback is like a fart because you listen to it, but you don't want to admit it. Like you fart and you don't want to claim it.
Yeah, that's close.
That's kind of fair.
That sounds like what Corey would say. And shout out to Corey for being so right on that.
Yeah. They had one genuinely good song. But yeah, like the biggest thing, like people have asked me that before too. Like, how do you get into the gaming industry? And a lot of it, outside of if you're in a more technical role, then I do think it's a little bit easier because you're that much more specialized for it. But in my case, where I've done HR for my entire career, it's just you keep applying it. There's no magic recipe to this. It's just blind luck that a recruiter looks at your resume and they give you a shot for an interview and going through that process. Like they're outside of that, it's networking too. Like if you know somebody who's already in the industry, that certainly helps for too. They can push you forward a little bit more, but it really is just for me, like getting the job at Bandai was blind luck. I applied, and the only reason I applied was I was at a bar and my friend was running late, so I was just like flipping through LinkedIn, which something I'd never do at a bar. Who does that? But it's just one of those days where like it was a quiet day at the bar. There's and just flip through like the search that I always had open of like video game, HR, and Bandai had a position open. Applied, and a few months later, I ended up moving to California.
Nice.
Sound like a great stroke of luck.
Blue, I don't think he can answer that question.
No.
I mean, yeah.
No.
Can you say when WoW Wrath of the Lich King is coming out? I don't think so.
No. Yeah.
I don't think you can.
Listen, let's not get the goal is not to get Vanny in trouble. We're trying to just talk about stuff.
He's got a cool job and he loves it, and yeah, I know we're all excited.
Do you miss Bandai Namco?
I miss the people. I really do. Like that. Right now, the highlight of my career is still having my name being in Elden Ring. Absolutely love that.
Man.
Yeah.
Damn it, my name's not in Elden Ring.
Yeah. Yeah, that was like I still remember like the game got released. I was at a bar and I'm at bars a lot. And the when the game launched, I just went on YouTube and did a search for the credits and scrolled all the way to the bottom, and boop, there I am.
That's funny that you mentioned being at bars a lot. This has been a ruse, Vanny. This is actually an intervention. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
I'm fine. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm absolutely fine.
Yeah.
I can drive.
Yeah.
Hey, long as he don't claim it, he ain't.
Right. Yeah. No, it's and then also another thing I want to talk about with Vanny that a lot of people that are from our end Nova Circuits community. Now, a lot of you guys already know about Vanispheres. I've talked about it multiple times on my streams, but he also does do his own podcast with Razzle Flames. And if you guys remember when Razzle Flames showed up in our stream, I went like like fangirl because I was like, oh my god, this is the first time we had Raz in our streams. And I was like, oh my god. I was like, I told him, I was like, I watch your podcast. I know Vanispheres. I was like, this is awesome. I was like, I love your energy on your streams. It's like, oh my god. I was like, no one matches your energy. I was like, oh my god, that's crazy. But he does do a podcast with Raz. So please, I highly recommend you guys go see it. Vanny, if you have any links to it, you can post it.
Yeah, we're actually on a little bit of a hiatus right now within the we call it Organization 2. It's something that myself and Raziel's Flame have been working on for the last about 6 or 8 months or so. But yeah, he's been doing some traveling. So did I. When I got the job with Activision, I wanted to do a little bit of traveling, go back home for a bit. So yeah, it was just a we're just kind of like on a quick break here. I think the goal is to be back in probably the start of June.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. He's not streaming right now either. Yeah, we're basically we're taking like a mid-season hiatus right now. Is all.
Okay, cool.
Yep. It's a great podcast, by the way. And I remember me and Vanny were talking. I was like, man, we should do a crossover, like organization / Nova Circuit podcast. And I was like, I had so many ideas. Like I was even working in Photoshop of some like cool like worlds colliding type photos of like the organization and Nova Circuit's podcast colliding. All kinds of really cool ideas. That's still in the works. Vanny told me to reach out to him about it. And if anybody knows me well, me reaching out to people about things is my weakness. And it takes a lot of streamers to remind me. We have Sam who does the same thing. She'll go, hey, Jason, you never reached out to me about what we're going to do on our crossover stream. And I'm like, I am bad at that. I got a lot, but if you guys and everybody in Nova Circuit knows, the people that work in Nova Circuit, they understand I got a lot on my plate right now. A lot of things have been going on, and it's been abundance of stuff going down. So I'm just like trying my best to like get everything sorted. But yeah. Also, how you doing, Val? What did Blue say? I was wondering, is it complex to learn all the programs and all those kinds of stuff about programming or games and such? Vanny doesn't do that stuff. Vanny, what do you do there?
I work in the HR department.
HR
department.
Yeah. So be careful, guys. We got HR here
I'm
today.
sure it is.
Yes, he keeping everybody in line.
Yeah.
So you get in trouble. He could. Hey.
What's your thoughts on Epic versus Apple lawsuit about Apple restrictions through the App Store? I'm just gonna. This is my opinion on it. Are you guys surprised? It's Apple.
Yeah.
They're like that. It's been how Apple's been forever. So I'm not surprised by it. I'm on the side of Epic though, but I mean it's you just gotta see. Listen, trying to fight Apple's like trying to fight the mouse at Disney. It's almost an uphill battle. Oh yeah, my wife in my wife in chat, Vanny, says she loves your cooking streams.
I saw that too. I was like, hello.
Yeah, she does. I'll hear her in the kitchen. And she'll have your stream up, and I'm just like, hey, is that Vanny? She's like, yeah, he's cooking this. And I'm like, yeah.
Happy Mother's Day to all the mamas out there, too.
Indeed.
Yes.
Indeed.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, definitely Happy Mother's Day. Especially you, babe. Love you. You're awesome. Our son's so lucky to have you as his mom.
Aw.
Very lucky. She rocks. She does. She does. You listen. You guys see how much she spoils me?
Actually,
times a million times on my son.
Yeah, she's a mega mom because she gave birth to Nova Circuit.
No, she really did.
So
she's the reason a lot of this is possible. Back when I first, so Nova Circuit started before I met her, but nothing was happening. When I met her, she was just like, I was telling her the idea, and she's like, "Do it." And she went out and supported me, helped me get everything I needed. She's like, "What do we need?" Yeah, so yeah, she's definitely the reason all this got off the ground all the way back in 2015 when the first stuff started happening.
And look at you now.
What do you mean, Vanny's? Yeah, Vanny's HR. So he's gonna also not only take care of Activision Blizzard, he's gonna take care of our chat. So you guys are on. Watch. Yeah. You guys are on HR speed dial today.
See, it makes me sound like I'm like chat's dad.
No.
Jesus, what the?
Oh, wait until Gojo gets in chat, Vanny. You're gonna have a real good time with that.
Yeah.
Oh God. It's like taking care of a kid in chat. It gets really crazy. What is HR? Human resources. They basically take care of issues. Anything and everything with the company. Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe depending on where you're from, maybe refer to as like a personnel department.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
You know me and your English. Oh, that's right, Blue. You're from France, right? Am I right? Please, God, say I'm right. God, I don't want to guess that wrong.
The bad cops?
Oh, this is the
No.
bad cop. No, not at all.
Yeah.
But can you adopt me because your game room setup is bananas? Oh, yeah,
No.
yeah. But yeah,
Yeah. All the
yeah,
stuff, yeah.
yeah. Vanispheres got the coolest stuff in his background. If I turn off this background, all you see is my green screen, my rabbit,
And probably a messy desk.
and then a messy desk over here. I added more games to my classic game collection. And I got magic cards here kind of sorted out because I'm trying to go through my valuable ones and put them all in binders and stuff. And yeah, it's let's not talk about the
I'm wondering
mess.
what's behind Vanisphere right there. Like,
My future
actually a lot of
collectibles.
a lot going on back there. It looks great.
Dude,
Okay.
his skills at making that look so good. I need
It
that.
does.
Yes.
Good.
Yeah.
Looks so clean. So organized.
Yeah.
Do you collect classic
Wow.
games for single systems or multiple? Multiple. I collect all kinds of anything so right now I collect anything from this is basically what's in my collection is anything from Atari right now and beyond. So I have my Atari. I have a Atari 2600 complete in box. We got that probably like 4 months ago. I got a NES complete in box. Got a Super Nintendo complete in box. I got a whole bunch of NES games. I got some of my favorite ones. I got like complete inbox like Final Fantasy, Super Mario RPG, all kinds of games. It's a big. I like flexing them, but man, I gotta go get all that stuff. Yeah, I have a whole bunch. My wife feeds my addictions, but yes, I have a lot of classic games, a lot of stuff. I'm trying to look for the stuff that we just got. Yes, it's in the living room. That's exactly where it is. But yes, I do collect classic games. I also have extra consoles so I can actually play them. So like I do have 2 NESs. We only have one SNES right now. We have 2 Ataris. One works, one doesn't. Stuff like that. But yeah. I love classic games. I feel like new games these days do like serve a purpose. I do love them. But man, nothing beats going back to a classic and just having a good time and being like, man, this is what I grew up on. I got a buddy who used to collect most of them, but sold them all. Yeah, I'm never gonna sell mine. My son, when I die and he takes all of them, he can do whatever he wants with them. So for me, I'm never getting rid of them. Never getting rid of them. I'm proud of my collection, dude. It's like a flex when my friends come over. I'm like, look what I have that you do not have.
Shit.
Yeah.
So what
I'm
do
gonna
what
tell
do
him
you
to
have?
bury all of them with me.
Nah, I wouldn't do that. And like I said, I also collect Pokemon cards, Magic cards, all that stuff. I'm just a big geeky collector, and I love Star Wars stuff, like a lot of
Talking
Star
about
Wars stuff.
collection, real quick.
Oh
I was
God.
showing
Well,
them
yeah,
my
show off
cool
what you got.
card.
That was really cool.
Yeah, look. So they're the mystery ones from Harry Potter.
Oh, that.
So my kids got these for my for Mother's Day. They know me too well. So this one's Ron Weasley. This is his wand. Comes out too, so you can like hold it and awesome. I want to collect all 9 of them.
Yeah, one of the kids just tap on the hand.
Yeah, I know, right?
That-
And then I got the other Weasley, which is Jeannie Weasley. I got hers.
Very cool. What's
Hers
the
is
base
really
of it?
neat.
Yeah, like I'm trying.
Just you just stick it right there, and then it just holds it. It's just really cool. And then this is their Patronus.
That's what it is. Okay, I was trying to make out what that was.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
you
I
are
collect
getting
all of them.
Harry Potter ones. I'm getting the chance to meet one of the Harry Potter fellas in
Oh,
about a couple of weeks
I'm jealous.
Oh, really?
Which one?
at a Comic-Con convention
Ooh,
Who's gonna be there? Where?
here in Mississippi. It's Matthew Lewis. Dang, I keep forgetting his name. For his name in the movie. Shoot, it's gonna bug me now. Hold on.
I think I know who it is.
Your boy's back.
thank God we're about to start calling hospitals.
Yes,
Oh, good.
those are
Yeah,
Harry
no.
Potter wands. Yes, it's Ron Weasley and his sister Jeannie Weasley. I got both their wands. It's a
That's super cool.
mystery thing.
Your
Yep,
blue boy cam's
Yep, you're getting called out there, Darklight.
Yeah, where's your cam, man?
Huh?
I want your little anime ear headphones right now.
Oh, now
Oh,
you are not
really?
getting.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes,
Matthew
yes, yes,
Love.
yes.
And
He's
streams the
telling me that.
process.
Freaking what's his
He
name?
made a Slytherin one not too long ago. That's awesome. I'm about to
Nice.
flex a collection right now, guys. So, Vanny, you've probably already seen most of this stuff, but I got Wampum. Oh, God. Hold on. I might have to turn off the green screen. You guys are going to see the mess behind me. Give me Uno Mas.
Let the judging begin.
Let me, how do I do this? Change video background. None. Haha, look at that mess behind me. I told you guys it was messy.
Yeah, Matthew
Yeah.
Lewis as Neville Longbottom.
Neville. Yeah,
Okay.
Neville. Yeah.
Neville. Yeah.
He's
He's
about
supposed to be.
Darklight. I don't like him no more. We can't talk to him no more. Mm-mm. He's about to meet Neville, and I'm just upset.
Complete
He's
inbox.
meeting him. I like
Okay.
Neville. He's sweet. I'm joking, Darklight.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
it's
really
all good.
awesome.
Wow, all real. God, that takes me back.
Yeah.
Jesus
Complete.
Christ.
These are all complete inbox, and I have them in plastic cases to take care of them.
And we play
Zool.
with him in the games that we play, the board games I have Neville. He's in the story one that we have.
Dragon
the story
Warrior.
deck
Nice.
building one. He's in that one.
What a great game, by the
Yeah.
way. Dragon Warrior is
You are.
awesome.
Yeah,
fun.
that's
Yeah.
that is an
You
excellent looking
attacking
copy
me
too.
back.
Street Fighter Championship
Yeah.
Edition.
Hell yeah.
Dude. Damn, you making me
Yeah, I
feel
hate
old.
that.
Yeah, I got a lot of stuff. This is only just half of what I have, pretty much. But Yoshi, Super Mario World 2,
Hi, Ed.
Yoshi's Island,
Well, hot damn.
Let me go back up.
complete in box, great shape.
I thought for a minute
64
that corner it said
games.
OnlyFans. I was say what?
What?
Nintendo 64 Mortal Kombat Mythology Sub-Zero.
Yeah.
Dr.
that guy's
Trankin.
big D.
I remember that game.
Street Fighter's your favorite.
Damn, boy, I'm old.
Oh, these are great games too. Me and Vanny. Vanny's the only reason I got this because his copy was so clean and awesome, so I got my own.
Yep.
I got
Yeah.
so jealous of what Vanny had. I was like, I gotta get that now. Dang it, Vanny, because his copy was so much better than mine. And then I got my favorite game of all time on the Super Nintendo, Super Mario RPG Complete in Box. Great
Very
shape.
nice, yeah.
Let's
That's a box for
go.
mine too.
Yep. That's some of the collection. That's what I could just quickly find. But yeah, Street Fighter's awesome. Mags' husband, Margaret's husband, the lady, lovely lady over here. Her husband's super good at Street Fighter. Like he kicks my ass all the time.
Yeah.
Jason, you're on Xbox, right? I do play games on Xbox. I do mainly PC though, but I'm a Xbox guy.
Mainly PC, but I'm
Yeah.
Xbox. We do have
Jason, you got a Kirby one? I do have Kirby Avalanche and Kirby's Adventure.
Now we need to go back up to this. I need that streamer that the Big D Live was talking about there. I would love to watch that.
You talked about this mask?
No, there's somebody in your chat earlier who says they hand make Harry Potter wands.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Yeah, that's cool, and they stream it
Yeah.
or something
would
like
be
that. Let me
awesome.
fix
Yep.
my background again.
That would be dope to watch.
Let's change the scenery up a little bit. Let's do this one.
Yeah,
It's,
'cause
yeah,
you
you
know,
can shout him out.
Yeah, go ahead.
Absolutely.
Yeah. We're all about that. What's up, Swag? Can we get a shout out to Swag as well?
Yeah.
But yeah, love my classic games. Like I said, the Final Fantasy, it was more just like Vanny flexed that on me, and I was like, oh my god, I want it so bad. And lo and behold, we found one. The guy that gives me a lot of my video games for collection. I was like, oh, thank God. Because Vanny's actually, believe it or not, yours is actually in better condition than mine, though.
The cartridge itself or the
The
box?
cartridge, your cartridge,
Okay.
and some of the stuff in your box.
Okay. Yeah.
I think our boxes are probably around the same shape.
I think so. Yeah, because I was really happy with the box, and the cartridge itself was thankfully in pretty good condition. I think the instruction booklet's a little worn out, but nothing too bad.
Also, I reached out to you, Vanny. I remember because we were private messaging about the Final Fantasy, the PlayStation ones, like anthologies and all that stuff.
Chronicles.
And Chronicles and all that stuff. Which one were you missing?
I'm missing both of those, Anthology and Chronicles. So
I have anthologies for you. I told you I had
cool.
that one. I'm still
Yeah.
looking for Chronicles. So
yeah, I missed it this year, but like ideally like next year for PAX East and ideally PAX Prime. Like it seems like it's starting to get safer to go back to cons again, so I want to see if I can pick up copies of those, I'm still missing the PSP mainline Final Fantasy games, and I had a chance, and it's one of those things where you say like, I'll come back and I'll go get that, and it was a complete inbox of Final Fantasy Mystic Quest, which is not a good game at all, but it would have been nice to have had like that Super Nintendo box on my wall behind me, but I went to go like get like a churro or something, and then when I walked back, I was like, it was gone. It's like,
Yeah, I was not gonna grab my Atari, Nintendo, and Super Nintendo boxes. I was like, you know what, just the games.
Yeah.
I was like, it's a lot to carry into my office and my desk, which is already very messy, as you guys saw. Now I'm tripping on acid. If you guys didn't notice behind me, it's a good time.
Yeah, fake ass Planetnamic.
You guys are making me envious of our Final Fantasy collections. Listen, me and Vanispheres, that's one thing we share in common. We fucking love our Final Fantasy. And the cool thing is Vanny's played almost all of them just like me. Like, he really has.
I'm trying to think it's the one I haven't.
I'm trying to think of ones that
On
I haven't.
stream, I
either.
haven't.
I went
Yeah.
and followed. I just shouted out and I went and followed.
Awesome,
I had to
awesome.
Go check out.
Do we shout out Swag as well?
Yes, we did.
Yeah, we got
Awesome,
'em.
awesome.
Almost twice. Darklight beat me to it.
But no, yeah, I've played 1, 2. I'm gonna go through the list that I finished. I've played all of them. I have played every single Final Fantasy that's ever come out. But I have finished 1,
No, it's
2, 5, 6, 7. Haven't finished 7 remake. I finished 8 twice. Finished 9 a zillion times because it's the best Final Fantasy in the world. I finished 10.
Too much wet.
I don't. 11 was online. Didn't really play too much of it, but I did play it a little bit. I played the free trial. So I'm gonna say no. I didn't play Final Fantasy 11. Because I only played through a trial. I'm gonna have to say 12. I beat. 13. I beat. I didn't finish. Actually, I did not finish 13. God dang. I'm trying to finish 13. I'm giving it another chance. And then 14. And 15 I have played too. And 15 I have not finished. But no, I've played every Final Fantasy, and they're all great. I highly recommend them. They're great games. And the cool thing is a lot of people have a misconception about Final Fantasy. Because every time I talk to someone that hasn't played them, they're like, oh, well, I'm missing out. They're already 16 or 15 games in. I'm like, no, they're not. Everyone has a different story, and it's just amazing. And it's literally some of the stories will make you cry. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, 9 made me cry. 6, I got close. 14 a billion times.
What's up, Mark?
The mushrooms are dancing. You guys don't see that? 9 is my all-time favorite. Like, I will back up 9. I had the most fun time with it. It did make me tear up in the end. I played 9 like 100 times. I could play that game over and over. The music's fantastic. I have the album. I even have the special edition one with artwork and all that stuff. Oh God, that's awesome, Queen. Heck yeah. No Name Woman 9 has all the feels. Oh yeah, 9 was great.
It absolutely does. Yeah,
it does. 10 I thought was really good. 10 was the first one I ever played though. 10 was the first time I ever touched any Final Fantasy game.
That's a good one to start with.
Yep.
10's a very good one to start with.
And 10 was actually kind of good. I couldn't stand Titus.
Whisper me the link there.
Yeah, I wasn't a big fan of Titus as a main character just because I felt like he was a little, I want to say whiny, but overall the game is great. The ending was a little confusing, but yeah.
He's just the machinations of a dead civilization's like lost hopes and dreams. What's complicated about that?
If you tell that to a 16-year-old still in high school dealing with high school drama, I was just like, what the hell happened? All I know is I loved that Rammstein did the music for the Blitzball stuff, and then when you fought Jecht in the end, that was the song playing, and I was like, this is badass. I thought it was cool. And then my friend was like, well, we also have Final Fantasy 7, 8, and 9 if you want to borrow those. Played 9, loved it. Played 7, was like, man, I can't deal with these graphics. So I didn't play it. My brother played it. Then my brother was like, you need to go and play 7. Went back, played 7. I was like, all right, this is all right. I was like, it was a good game. And then I played 8, and I was like, I did not like 8 when I first played it. I was like, this is stupid. And then I recently late last year, played 8 again. And now I have a little bit of respect for 8. I kind of like it. The music's actually pretty damn good in 8, too. So... What game's getting played after the show? We haven't really discussed that yet. So.
Yeah. Let's see. Going down my list here. Played and beat 1 and 2, which 2 was that was a rough playthrough. 4, beaten 4. I've lost track. never finished 5, or 3 or 5. 6, I've beaten. 7 was spoiled for me. So it just became one of those things like, well, there's not much. I was at the very end for it too, so it was just. I think I got kind of embittered with that one. 8, 9, I finished 10. 10, I was actually able to guess the ending for it, and I was like, I got so kind of like just meh, didn't bother with it. Played 11, 12, beat 13. I've gone through all the MSQ stuff for 14, 15. I just could not get it. Like 15 is probably the one I probably played the least because that game just did nothing for me.
Mm-hmm.
Wonder if WoW Classic there's a mount or transmog like BFA shit. I do not. I've only played World of Warcraft, maybe collected like 5 hours ish. I think at this point now. So I actually have no idea. So I am much more of a Final Fantasy 14 player than I am a WoW player.
Yeah, he's the red mage of all red mages in Final Fantasy 14.
Yeah.
Put respect on his name.
But if it's classic, like at least my understanding of the way how classic works is if it wasn't in there at the game's launch, then it doesn't exist there in classic. At least it's not supposed to. Like I think they've done a couple of adjustments to it, but like, overall though, it's supposed to be just like old school pure WoW, for better and for worse.
What's your favorite? Do you like old school WoW, or do you like WoW Classic, or do you like the current World of Warcraft?
I honestly didn't play enough of classic WoW to be able to give an honest answer to that. So when I first picked up WoW, I was still working at GameStop at the time, and my manager was a huge EverQuest fan, which that absolutely dates me.
Wow, EverQuest was so fun though.
Yeah.
God, EverQuest, good name drop, man.
Yeah,
great name drop.
He was obsessed with that in college, to the point that he eventually had to give up the game, and then World of Warcraft came out, and he bought everybody copies as just like a gesture, and said like, "Yo, this is something we can do during our off time." And I was like, so, "Dude, are you sure this is a good idea, man? Like from what you told me, you were super into Warcraft. So you're super into EverQuest. Like, are you sure you want to do another MMO?" I was like, he's like, "No, I'm just gonna play it on my off time. Like, I have work now too." He had a girlfriend at the time. And he's like, "I'm just, this is like I said, like maybe like once a week or something." Like, okay, so I can play, during my days off or something. And I said, like, I remember saying that like on like a Wednesday, and like by Friday he was like maxed out character and already like doing like end game raids, and I was like, I'm level 4. Like, what the hell, man? And I was just like, oh my god, that's absolutely insane. And as a fun side story for that too, back in the day, you would end up working with, you end up just hiring your friends, and we hired this one dude, like we'll call him Steve, and Steve was a great dude. Like he had worked at the Journeys, I think Journeys are still a thing, like skater shop, and he was miserable there. And then as soon as we got an opening, we hired Steve to come work for us. And initially everything was working great, and he had heard, like it was right around the same time, like it was within a couple weeks later is when he started. And so my boss got him a copy of WoW, and after that, like all of a sudden Steve started missing work. He was coming in super late sometimes. There's always the same excuse of just like just got really into playing WoW, and it kind of got to the point where it's like he was like straight up just like no call, no showing. And I was an assistant manager at the time. I was still like, we got to do something about Steve. Like I don't want to, but we have to. And I asked him, he's like, no, I'm gonna have the conversation with him. We're gonna take care of it. It's like, all right. And so the next day I talked to my boss, like, how'd it go? I was like, oh, he understood. I say, we were playing WoW, and I told him like, hey man, we need to talk separately. And it's like, no, I understand. And the guy even said like, am I getting fired? Like, let's talk. And it's like, oh, okay, cool. So then everything was cool. And you guys just hop back into the raid and just finish off. I was like, no, we never stopped playing during the like. I just like whispered to him during the game. It's like, wait, so he wasn't actually fired over the phone? Like you fired him like through direct messaging?
Oh
like
my
in
God.
WoW? I was like, he's like, yeah. Like we were in the middle of I'm not gonna stop a raid to do this. It's like, so he wasn't fired by like his boss. He was fired by like the half elf or like the night elf rogue. It's like, yep. Like, gee, that is like the weirdest term I like. Like he just did not interrupt. Like you're like, just imagine like if you're playing a game with like your boss, and your boss just sends you a message like as a private message, like you're fired by the way. And then you just respond back a lol, okay. I was like, my God.
And that was at GameStop,
That's
right?
crazy.
Yeah.
So you want to know how I was fired from GameStop? Because mine was kind of the same thing. Like I didn't know I was fired, and in a weird way I found out I was fired. So like I worked at GameStop, And once a month we would have our meeting. You know, everybody would come to the store. We order pizza and talk and have a meeting. And GameStop, how they scheduled us, I don't know if it was the same for you. The better your numbers were, the more hours you got. So like I didn't get too many hours. I was in school, so my focus wasn't always on like, oh, you know, blah blah blah. But so I came in to work during the meeting. Everybody's there, and I went to go look at the schedule behind the desk, and I looked and I was like, oh man, Danny, there's no schedule here. I was like, am I just off all next week? And in front of everybody's like, man, you're fired since Thursday. And I was like, what? I was like, oh, okay.
Wow.
And I was like, wow.
And you, like, to sit there to like come in and
Yeah, let me go
"Whoa."
behind the desk and everything. I was like, what the
Should've grabbed some
fuck?
pizza and left.
Wow.
I
I
was
would've grabbed
like,
a box of pizza
okay.
and left.
Well, and then I was like, well, he had to give me an explanation
I
why.
deserve it.
So I walked outside, he was like, listen, here's what happens. He's like, is because there was lack of trust in management, and you made that very clear. Here's what happened, guys. It wasn't that I didn't trust management. Me and my third key manager, Aaron, I won't give his last name to tell who he is. When we were doing inventory, one day we found out some Xboxes were missing from inventory, and a couple PlayStations, Xbox 360s and PlayStation 3s, and inventory was out by the exit door. So it was weird. We were just like, okay, so what do we do? So we contacted Danny, who was the manager, and we were like, Danny, some Xboxes aren't showing up in inventory. We're supposed to have 6 Xboxes and like 3 PlayStations, and they're gone. And Danny was like, oh, just write them off. Just say everything's good. Don't worry about it. I'll figure it out when I come in. And me and Aaron, after we did that, we looked at each other. I was like, dude, I think he took those or stole them, because Aaron was like, I think I remember watching him load up his vehicle in the back one day. And the dude deleted the footage off the cameras. So I was like, wow. So we talked to Richard, who was our district manager. We sent him a message and said, inventory was short. We let Danny know. We just wanted to let you know because you're our district manager. Word got to Danny about those missing, so he said we went over ahead and didn't trust him, and because of that, we got fired. Lo and behold, 3 months later, I'm working at Value Market, and my friend Aaron comes in. And I was like, "Oh, what's up, man? How have you been?" He's like, "Did GameStop not offer you your job back?" I was like, "What are you talking about?" He's like, "Yeah, man, they found out we were right, and Danny was stealing from the company." And he stole all those Xboxes and PlayStations, and they offered me my job back and gave him a raise. I was like, "What?"
Wow.
I was like, "Oh my god!" I was like,
Well, at least
Well, they never contacted me. I was actually happy with where I was working at Value Market. I pretty much got to eat food. I worked in the deli, so I was just like, you know what?
that was more important.
Well, there was no numbers either. GameStop pushes people, and I'm not hating on GameStop in any way. My experiences there were fun. I did have fun working there, but their goal there is to push numbers, push, sell subscriptions, sell pre-orders. If you're not doing well at that, you have an expectation.
Thriving.
Yeah, but you had like numbers that you had to hit at the end of the month. I was
Absolutely.
young. I was like, I don't want to care about numbers. Working in a deli, there was no numbers. Just put on a smiling face, help customers, and make sure that they're satisfied. That was it. So I was like, yeah, you know what? It's stress free here, and I'm cool. So I just stayed where I was. But I was like, that's fucked up, dude. It's like, damn it,
Yeah.
I was right. So that's my
EB Games.
GameStop. It was EB Games when I worked there. Yep, and they just
Those
they just transitioned to GameStop.
Yeah, those are the good old days.
Oh god,
Yeah.
dude, when we still sold
Remember it was EB
DVDs.
Games slash GameStop when you go into
DVDs.
the mall.
Yep.
I still remember
Yeah.
picking up that phone. EB Games, where we buy and sell used games. This is Jason speaking. How may I help you?
Yeah. Yeah. I used to just start making up my own things too. So like, thanks for calling EB Games, home of the Whopper, or
Oh
whatever
my
like was the
God.
big game at the time. Like I would try to do something for that too. So it'd be like, Enter the Matrix was a big one at the time.
Oh, wow.
Donkey Kong had come out, so it was like it's on like Donkey Konga here at EB Games.
Oh, that's
I think
awesome.
it was up until I think Mass Effect 2, because I was starting to, I remember Mass Effect 2 tagline was "Fight for the Lost," and so I would say "Fight for the Lost" here at EB Games, and then my district manager heard it, and then speaks to my manager, and it's like, "All right, yeah, sure," and give it to him, and it's like, "Yeah, you can't do those anymore." Like, really? It's like, "Yeah, you got 6 of the company line." It's like, "But I think it's fun." Like, nobody cared. Everyone actually had fun with it. It was just like,
Right.
Yeah.
it's kind of a weird thing. Like, it just, when you start getting to like the corporate levels at GameStop, that's where like you stop seeing people who actually enjoy playing games. And it's just people who are there just because it's a paycheck.
Yep.
Right.
Right. Yeah.
Yep.
To me, it was just a paycheck, anyways. I was like I said, I was still in high school when I worked, and that was
Yeah.
back in 2006 through 2006, 2007, and a little bit of 2008. And like I said, my schedule was like, man, I'd be lucky to hit like 14 hours a week. So,
Yeah.
and it was back then, guys. Now minimum wage is different now, but back then minimum wage was $5.25, and I made below that.
Yep.
I made $5.15 at GameStop, but
My
the
God.
perks were awesome. Like the discount, and then I don't know if your store did the same thing, but we could borrow a game. We just had to sign out on the
Yep.
little book and let them know.
Red
So
book.
yep, the red book. So if they were doing inventory purposes, they would say, "Oh, Jason had a copy of this," because that's how I discovered Dot Hack, was because of that. I was like, "Oh, it's Dot Hack, this is so good." So yeah.
Yep. Because I had God. Yeah, we had that. We had the 10% discount, and then you could stack your discount card, like the GMR card, and then eventually became the GameStop card on top of that too. So you had some fairly good discounts. But like I still remember, because I worked there from 2001 through 11. Just from high school, like my senior high school through college, taking a year off, grad school, and then a year after that too. Just seeing it's like that company just changed so much over those years too. Like where they used to offer, like if you sold a warranty, you got used to get like a commission out of those things. So like I would double my paychecks just from selling like those disc warranties, console warranties. Oh my God, you would make so much bank off doing that stuff. And then EB Games was like, no, we're gonna get rid of that. It's like, why? Are you giving us something different? Are we raising our pay to balance it out, or what are you doing? Like, no, we're just done with it. We're just done providing that. It's like, you freaking jackasses. That was the same thing. Like it was just they were super stingy with hours, and so this is just a way for like some to like offset that, and so I could at least continue to pay my bills. But yeah, good times. Like I said, overall, I still have very good memories of the place. Though
Same
I made
here.
a lot of friends from that, and got to play a lot of free games, and like for you're a kid and you got to talk about video games all day. For me, it was a blast. It was just a shame just what it came into, and then just even seeing the state of it now too, where like they were really banking on like that Think Geek acquisition, and
Oh, yeah.
for a while they were basically toy stores too, like where that took up more space of the actual games. Yeah, it was just a weird time. Just like right when I was leaving, was I think like the perfect time, because like that's just when they started making some really really poor decisions.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
when I was there, they didn't have a lot of the pop culture stuff, like the pop dolls, the anything like that. They had DVDs, they even had gaming stuff like mouse and keyboards, all that cool stuff.
Yeah.
Now it's a completely different store from when I worked there. Those were times. That's funny, because the only reason I got the job was because I played World of Warcraft. When I went in for the
Really?
interview and they called me, and I went to the back to talk to Danny about doing my interview and my experience. He's like, listen, he's like, he's like, you play World of Warcraft. He's like, all you gotta do is tell me what faction you're in and your character stats. And I was like, I'm Alliance. I'm a dwarf hunter. And at that time, 70 was the highest level, I think. And I was like, I'm a 70 dwarf hunter. And he was just like, all right. He's like, I can forgive you for the Alliance. He was Horde. And he's like, he's like dwarf hunters. He's like, it's cool, whatever. He's like, well, listen, I'm gonna hire you based off that. And I was like, oh, okay. I was like, all right, cool. This is great. I was so happy because like, I felt like it made my brother jealous because he worked at like Panera Bread, and I got the cool gaming job. I was like, yeah, dude, GameStop, EB
Yeah.
Games, baby. They're
Yeah.
transitioning. Oh, it was great.
Yeah, it doesn't get any better than this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do we remember
Anyone need
Super
you
Club?
back in the day?
back in
Yeah,
the
the
days.
Super Club one back up there.
Yeah, but that was voiced by Phil Hartman. He was the voice of Blasto. At least here in the States, he was. Yeah, super obscure game for it too. It was just like a third person shooter. Just trying to think of something to kind of compare it to.
I'd never
Well, I
played
think it was
Blasto,
other-
so
Yeah, it's kind of like, imagine like a 3D Earthworm Jim.
yeah.
Is what it was.
Okay.
Yeah, it had a kind of a cute sense of humor too. Like I grew up a huge fan of Saturday Night Live during the 80s and 90s, and Phil Hartman was hands down one of my favorite folks on there.
Mhm.
And finding out that he was one of the voice actors for it too, and he voice acted Blasto, like yeah, it was neat.
That's cool. Yeah, I know
Yeah.
of Blastoise. I remember the game. I just never played it. I didn't have a PlayStation 1 though. That's why. I started playing PlayStation on the PlayStation 2. So.
Okay. Yep. No, I still remember having my PS1 back when their the cases were like the size of like they're these huge rectangles.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, they went for that, and they kept that for about a year before they switched it over to the standard CD Jewel cases too. But I remember Rage Social. Yeah, that game was broken too. It was not a good game. It was weird difficulty spikes for it, bad controls. It was ugly as all sin too. Yeah, no, it was just not a good game.
That's the one. That reminds me of like 64 games. Like, I had a 64. That's why I didn't have a PlayStation. But like, if the games weren't so good, Nintendo had the worst controls for most of their games. That controller did not work on anything. But damn, those games are great.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, but my God, did those games rock? They're lucky they had good games.
Yeah.
But man,
good mix between like the mainstays like Zelda, Star Fox, Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, and then a little more of the obscure stuff like Jet Force Gemini and
it's so fucking good, Jet Force Gemini.
Yep.
If you guys have not played that on 64, you're missing out on life, by the way, because not a lot of people talk enough about that. Turok 2, even a better game too. Even Castlevania on the 64 was so good, and why do people not talk about that one a lot?
Because it was not a good game.
That was so good, Vanny. That game was awesome. I loved the hell out of that game, man. It was so good because it blew my mind because I did know the Castlevania games, and I was like, these it was all side scrollers. And my friend David, I remember him bringing it over. He's like, Castlevania. I was like, cool. And it blew my mind to see Castlevania like that, like being able to walk around. And I just remember, like, even in the beginning, fighting that damn skeleton dude, the big, large skeleton dude. And I was like, this is one of the coolest games ever. I beat the crap out of that game. I loved it. I guess it's just personal preference, but I loved it because it was just so different from Castlevania. Every other Castlevania game after that, it's back to the side-scrolling stuff, which is totally respectable. Castlevania games are always going to be fun like that, but yeah.
There's still some 3D ones. There was Lament of Innocence and something of Dark, Legacy of Darkness, something like that.
Yeah, I didn't play those ones.
Yeah.
That's what makes the game fun, is the Dark Souls of PS1. Oh, okay.
Yeah. And then there was the PS3 ones too, the Lords of Shadow too. 1 and 2. Were also 3D games too.
See, I didn't play those ones.
Yep.
Well, looks like I'm going to have to be dwelling into some more Castlevania, guys.
Yeah, Lords of Shadow is actually excellent. The first one was really, really good. It's actually that game was the game that got me to affiliate.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that soundtrack super underrated. Gameplay was very God of War like, and a fairly decent story overall. It just had some extra DLC that was, honest to God, some of the worst DLC I've ever played. It was so insanely, just ridiculously difficult. And like almost like I hate it. And your end result was like a couple of like still frames and some dialogue that led into Lords of Shadow 2, but it was awful. But the base game though, you can usually find it like on Steam. If it ever goes on sale for like $8, it's 100% worth it. Yeah.
I like the White Knight game on PlayStation 3 made by Activision.
White Knight Chronicles.
Knight Chronicles. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think was that made by Activision?
Never played.
Was it? Yeah, I can't remember. I didn't play the White Knight Chronicles, so I can't tell you guys anything on that. Vanny though, he knows.
I remember selling that one too. Because that was supposed to be like the PS3's first really, really big RPG. It was done by Level 5 Studios. Yeah. It was actually published by Sony Interactive, so it might be it may have if made from France. It may have been the actor may have published it in the UK, because I did learn that working in the gaming industry is that even though Bandai Namco did not have anything to do with Cyberpunk here in the States, we did publish it in we were the publisher in Europe.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's possible then that we Activision may have published it in the UK or something, but at least here in the States now looks like they didn't have anything to do with it.
That's something new. I've never heard of that.
He chose PlayStation, I believe. Vanny, I think, chose PlayStation.
Yeah, like I liked my Xbox, I really, really did. But if I had a choice between the two, because I do play a lot more RPGs, PlayStation just wins hands down. Like you never got .hack on Xbox.
Yeah.
Yep. See
Oh,
you,
have a
no
good one,
name.
Lil.
Yep. See you. See you, no name. Bye. Yeah. I hope you have a good week as well. It's supposed to be really nice here, so I'm excited.
Nice.
I gotta mow my
I'll see.
lawn. That's the only depressing part. What are your pros and cons? What you're wanting to know is pros and cons on the Xbox and PlayStation?
Yeah. Curious. Oh, here's Fanny. If you had to choose one side, Xbox or PlayStation. Yeah, I will. PlayStation. Again, it was just the game choice. Like I loved Ratchet and Clank, Jack and Daxter, Sly Cooper. The Final Fantasy games like 7, 8, 9 all came out on PlayStation. First. Yeah, just had more games that I resonate with. The Xbox was definitely there though for between Gears of War, Halo, Jade Empire, Knights of the Republic, stuff like that. Like they definitely did have its good games on there too, but there's more stuff that I resonated with and played on the PlayStation than I did on the Xbox.
All I'm gonna say is like my thing, because I like the PlayStation too. There's no hate towards PlayStation. PlayStation, hands down, has the best single player experiences than way beyond Xboxes. I think Xbox has a better multiplayer experience, but overall, PlayStation single, you're not going to match PlayStation single player experience. I think Nintendo comes the closest, and Nintendo's only banking off of Mario franchises and all that stuff. But man, PlayStation has some great exclusive games, man, and they were rocking it for the longest time until they let some trickle off into PC. But still, man, PlayStation, that's one thing I loved about PlayStation. Is like, man, I'm gonna get a good experience out of these single player games, and supposedly rumors are they're gonna buy Square Enix or not Square, or yeah, something like that, or they're gonna partner with Square Enix.
They bought Bungie.
Bungie, okay, so it was Bungie.
Yep.
So
if you get a remake or have a part 2 of a one,
and
again, which one would I choose?
That's a hard question for me to answer because there's a lot of one and done games. I was gonna say Psychonauts, but they fixed that.
There was a part 2. Yeah. I would actually go. It sounds close to it. PsyOps, the Mindgate conspiracy from the PS2. That actually was done by Activision. It was or published by them. It was a. I was hoping this would be the start of a franchise, but you were just like this special ops soldier who, as you were like killing the bosses, you would like start to absorb their powers. But they had some of the best physics for the PS2 for like levitation, telekinesis. You had pyrokinesis, mind control. Really, really, really fun game. Like the only game I think that ever came close to doing it, I think as well, was like Star Wars: The Force Unleashed. But I think PsyOps had better physics because they actually had puzzles that required you to solve physics. Like if you see like an electrified floor, you could pull like a panel off the wall, put that lay it down horizontally, step on top of it, and then float yourself across the electrified field. Really, really cool stuff. And it really encouraged a lot of creativity on how you play through it. So yeah, it absolutely deserves either. At this point, it's been out for it hasn't been remade in so long, but I would love to see that franchise brought back. And then give it like a get taken off again, and then get a proper sequel.
Yeah, because I've played the Force Unleashed and Force Unleashed 2. Those games are actually really good.
One I loved. One is out of everything I've ever played my entire life, I think I've beaten one more times than any other game.
Yeah, I've beaten one twice. I can actually count that, and I'm playing it a third time, just because it's just a fun game to go back to. I can never be disappointed going back on the first one. 2 I did like, but I only beat it once and never went back to it. But I did like it. I thoroughly did enjoy it. I think I might go back and play 2 again eventually just to try to 100% and get all the achievements for it. I think that's the reason I'm playing 1 again for the third time, is just to finish off the achievements.
Okay.
But
platinum.
Yeah. Well, yeah, on the PlayStation it's platinum and trophies. Yep.
Yeah.
So
would Def Jam count? I would say no, because there was already a Def Jam Vendetta, and then that fight for New York. So that's technically that is the sequel.
God, the fight for New York was so good. I would
New
like a
York was a
remake.
lot. Yeah, I would absolutely love to see that again.
Storyline was fire. Yeah, it was.
It was, yeah, and it was canon for the longest time until Disney bought it out.
Yeah, that's the crazy thing is like all the books I read and everything. Like Disney was like, nah, bro, that's no longer it's no longer canon, boy. I was like, damn it.
Which it does make sense too. It's like if they want to start doing films and if they want to keep everything within canon, then they really didn't have a choice but to do Heir of the Empire, or Heir to the Empire, and then do whatever. Which it's a good book series, but it's also super weird because you're dealing with like clones and stuff too. And by that point, Mark Hamill's already well into his 60s by that point too, so it wouldn't have worked outside of just recasting like major characters like that. So it's just I personally would like to have seen Heir to the Empire because like it that's was the proper introduction to Grand Admiral Thrawn, but
Mhm.
yeah, so either they had to either redo the books to stay canon, or they have to start over, and it makes sense to start over too, and it also helps for Star Wars fans too to like instead of having to read like 600 books worth of lore, they can to get caught up on proper Star Wars by that point. Because I think in the books, the legend standpoint, like Chewbacca was already dead. Han and Leia had 2 kids. I think one of them died. Luke got married to Mara Jade, had a kid of his own, and both of I think Mara Jade died. I think the kid died too. Like it was just a lot of shit by that point, and they've gotten so far past the Empire. Yeah, it just would have been. It took on a life of its own, so it makes sense. They would have to start that shit over.
The Big D Live wants to know, out of all the consoles, what's your favorite local multiplayer game out of all the consoles?
Mario Kart 64.
Oh, good answer. I was about to say the same thing. I was gonna say
that's
Mario.
good.
I was gonna say Mario Kart or Mario Party, the original
Yeah,
ones.
those are-
Yeah.
Mhm.
Which
I hated Mario Party actually.
I mean, which one did you? How did you want to lose your friends? You kind of had to
Pick a
choose. Do you
lot.
want to lose you in a race, or
Yeah.
do I want to lose you in a game, a party game?
Let's see, who remembers? I love Metroid Prime. That game was like I'm still waiting for like especially now with the Switch out now too. They absolutely need to do remasters, or at least port them over for the
Oh my
Switch.
God.
But they're still working on Metroid Prime 4.
Big D, great answer. GoldenEye was great.
Outside of
It's-
Yep, GoldenEye was a-
gaming, what
Hold on, it's a
more?
close second for me.
Yeah, GoldenEye is definitely in my top 3. The reason it's funny because where I work now, I brought my 64 to work, and I was like, "Cool, we can play this in one of the conference rooms that has a projector with you know, that has the connections for my 64." I go in there and I kept talking trash to my my supervisor like for months. Like, dude, I could whoop you in 007, and I could whoop you so bad on the 64 GoldenEye. Like, so finally I brought it in. We squared up, and he mopped the floor with me. We did like mines only. We did, SMGs only. Oh man, he destroyed me. But man, GoldenEye was literally one of the best. It was my first ever first person shooter for sure. It was great.
Was it? Oh my god, I'm so much older. Like my first one's was still Return of Castle Wolfenstein
Oh wow. Yeah, see,
No,
I
yeah,
watched.
that's-
on DOS.
Yeah, I watched my dad's boss when he had to babysit me. I watched my dad's boss when he babysit me back when I lived in Hawaii, and I watched him play that game. I never played it though.
That was great. Let's say outside gameplay, what's more important, achievements or game modes? For me, like I don't platinum games. I don't give a rat's ass about achievements.
Yeah, well, I'll play the game first before I worry about achievements. I want to get involved in the stories or what's going on before I worry about achievements. Hence why I've beaten the Force Unleashed several times or a couple times before I went back, and I'm like, all right, now I'm gonna get the achievements because I already know what goes on.
You did that with Halo too.
Yep, and I do that with Halo. And
the
Halo's
Easter eggs and all that.
and I'm a really good Halo player, but Halo I've done the same thing for every Halo game, and I still keep the tradition the same today, except for Halo Infinity switched up because they put multiplayer out first. But I've
Right.
always played the story first before even
Story.
touching multiplayer.
Yep.
Always. I've always beat the story. The reason I always did that is because in my mind I was like, the story helps you learn all the weapons. And then when you go into multiplayer, you'll understand how to use each weapon or understand how good they are. So that was always my thing. Infinity, kind of different. They came out with multiplayer first before they came out with the story stuff.
Because more people were worried about
Yeah.
that than they were the.
Which, as big of a Halo guy that I am, I love Halo. Don't get me wrong, but Halo Infinity is so incomplete right now. I can't play it. It still feels like an incomplete game. I even told Mags one day, I was like, I don't want to play multiplayer right now. I want to go back to Halo 5 and play their multiplayer. It's just way too. There's a lot of holes, and it's just like, man, I feel like they almost cyberpunked it, where they released a game too early and they pretty much gave in to what the fans were wanting. They just the fans wanted the game. And I don't blame the fans this time though. Cyberpunk's one thing, but Halo was pushing back for over a year. Like they were like, we got to push it back. I got to continue to push it back and it's simply like, and they were firing people, adding new people, and we're like, what's going on? So, Cyberpunk though, I defend Cyberpunk. I think the story was fantastic. There was a lot of bugs, but I blame fans and the internet for having them push a game out early. So
No, that's where I disagreed. Like there was enough stuff on there too where people were saying take your time. Like I was on Twitter.
I only read the bad then.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there was
a lot of people were saying take your time with Cyberpunk, and 'cause,
yeah.
that shit was trash when it came out, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, no, they every time there was a delay announced like on Twitter, Instagram, you would just read the comments and everyone because CD Projekt Red had so much love and just and appreciation that the response were always super positive. It was always just like take what you need.
Right.
Don't crunch your folks. Like we're especially like when the Keanu announcement was made too. Like it was just like they could do no wrong. If they said we need one more year, he would have been pissed, but it wouldn't have been end of the world. But yeah, it's said they released too early and it was broken on the now Pro Edition PS4s, and yeah, it was just that became the disaster.
That PlayStation thing was a huge hit for them.
Embarrassing.
Yeah, like PlayStation's like we're taking it off our marketplace, and they're like, well, shit, and then they're getting refunded. It's like wow,
because it was completely broken and unplayable. Yeah, I played on PC.
I was one of them.
Yeah,
I gave that shit back instantly, and they gave my refund for that damn game. I was like,
but no one can guess my all-time favorite fighter, Eddie from Tekken. I was just guessing. That's
I was gonna say Huarang from Tekken.
All right. Eddie's my favorite fighter of all time in Tekken. I loved Eddie, man. That was like, oh shit, doing like I'm breakdancing while beating your ass. Hell yeah.
Yep.
I'm thinking about it, Vanny. I got problems with one of my. You cannot ask him questions about this. This is stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. No. I cannot. Will not talk about work.
Yep. You cannot do that.
Yeah.
Come on, Blue.
Yeah, Blue.
Yeah.
I mean, to be honest, I always felt. Oh, sorry, Vanny. You were reading too.
Yeah, next gen PC. Yeah, I mean, it's. I think everyone is at the expectation that, like, yeah, if you play on PC or if you have like the latest gen consoles, it's going to run smoother regardless for it. I think that people just didn't expect it to be that broken and unplayable too, and that's where they got like a lot of the biggest backlash for it.
Soul Calibur swag. I don't know. I'm just naming off the first fighting game that came to my head. I miss how Wolfenstein 3D would quiz you with questions from the manual before letting you play it.
Yeah, that was back in the day when you had to do like this like security every time. Like I remember like still buying old PC games back when I was a kid, and back when the boxes were enormous too. I used to love buying PC games because they would throw so much cool swag in there. But they always had like some sort of like security element to it, where it was either like you'd have to like get like a spinning wheel thingy where you had to like it's almost like the decoder ring from A Christmas Story, where you had to put it in just the right position and say like when you put it in this position, what is under like B4, and there's like a code in there. That's how you have to type in every single time you wanted to play the game. Right. Yeah, they did not fuck around with don't copy that floppy.
Right. Yeah, Blue. So I don't know if it's different in your country, but in our states, if you're off the clock, you can't do anything work related off the clock, and technically that's a work question, and he is off the clock. Ever heard of Bloody Roar?
Yeah. It's not even that. It's just more like professional courtesy than anything else. Because I'm salaried, so I work 24/7 technically, but it's just it's just a professional courtesy that to not talk about work stuff.
Yeah.
Right.
Unless I personally bring it up, which is usually like me just kind of like, and I enjoy the job, I enjoy the people I work with. That's about as far as I'm willing to go.
And like I said, my opinion on, because everybody knows the recent news about Activision and Blizzard, they hired Vanispheres. In my opinion, that's a step in the right direction. So the company's doing great. So if anybody tries to come in here and say something about, the past events, Vanny just got hired by them. If you've watched his streams, like I've preached about him in several streams, that's a step in the right direction. The guy knows his stuff, and he's a really good person. So please don't bring that stuff up either. Yeah. Trust me, I know they're working in the right direction and everything as well. So, I'm just trying to, it's for Vanny.
Yep.
So, but yeah, I've never heard of Bloody Roar. So
I did. Yeah, that was the fighting game, the PS1 fighting game where you could transform into animals. Like you have like a animal transformation bar. Like the main character would turn into like a wolf. There was somebody who was like a bunny, bears, tigers, all that kind of stuff. It was like I think the gimmick for that was pretty solid initially. But I think they made like 3 or 4 Bloody Roars. I think they just started running into problems like towards the later aspects of the game, because by that point there was a game like Tekken, Virtua Fighter were becoming and Mortal Kombat became more mainstays, and Bloody Roar was more of a gimmick than anything else, but
Mhm.
it had its time in the sun. It had a very, very brief window where it was pretty rad.
Right. I see. I never heard of that, and now I'm interested. Like on the 64, like because I'm collecting games. One game that I've won off an auction was called Biofreaks, and I didn't know what that was, and that's actually a really fun fighting game. My
I
son,
remember Biofreaks.
my
Yeah.
son beats me hardcore in that game. I've even tried to get clap back out of him and beat him, and he still beats me. So I'm like, I don't like this game. How's
Yeah.
my 7-year-old gonna body me in this game? No, literally, and it's funny because when we first played it, I was in my mind I was letting him win. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna let him get an upper hand, then I'm just gonna go in there and body him. No, I've tried bodying him, and it just doesn't work. He just comes back and just decimates me. I'm like, you know what? I don't care. I turn off the console and walk away in anger.
Well, that means your son better than you then.
Yeah, I was just like, dang it. It's like, don't you want me to help you in Fortnite or something? Now I feel so like weak. I was like, what the heck?
Let's see here. So, I looked up. There was 4 main installments to Bloody Roar. Ended on the PS2, and then there was Bloody Roar Extreme and Primal Fury for the GameCube.
I like
Which
how
I'm-
you animated that.
Yep.
I
Because
love
it was back in the early 2000s when everything was extreme. Because everything was like Linkin Park and
Yeah.
Limp Bizkit and Jinko Jeans.
Mhm.
I love Limp
Yep.
Bizkit.
Yeah.
I love Linkin Park too, but man, Limp Bizkit hits different. Fred Durst,
Yeah.
what a guy.
Right.
Yeah.
Have you guys seen what he looks like in this concerts? Looking like an old
He's-
man.
He
Yeah,
has changed
I
so much
follow him on
now.
TikTok.
Right.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
has a lot.
It's like, man, that guy looks like a mature grandfather. Well, not even a grandfather, just a
Yeah.
mature dad out there, like
No,
doing his
he's
stuff.
Pretty much saying grandfather. He's probably pushing 50s.
Maybe.
Don't start, Blue. Don't start.
If you can talk, you can show
51
yourself.
years
Know
old.
yourself.
Ooh.
Don't be shy.
51, really?
He is.
Shy.
Yeah.
Damn.
Fred Durst is
See?
51 years old.
Looks good on him. Looks good on him.
Wow. Yeah, that's
does.
nuts. But
God, dude.
God damn it. Like it's
We're
just
all getting old. When they're, once you realize like people you used to listen to are starting to hit their, that up there, you're
They're-
like,
yeah.
wow, like what happened?
yeah. The one that threw me for a loop was when I found out how old Brad Pitt is.
I know. And
yeah,
ooh,
Yeah, he is 58 years old, and he's just now doing an action film called Bullet Train that looks pretty good.
Yeah, I saw
Yeah.
that when I went to
Yeah, I
Doctor
saw that.
Strange. I saw the
Yeah.
the little trailer for it. Looks really good. Looks pretty
Yeah.
funny too.
It does,
So-
yeah. But he's doing that as probably during production for that too.
got gold.
57.
Wow.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Damn, but I'm not gonna lie, he looked good.
Yep.
I like Brad Pitt.
Yeah, that one threw me off for too. That I think also realizing like Tom Cruise is how old he is too, because I think he's right around the same. Like he's
Yeah.
he's hitting 60.
Mm-hmm.
He's 59.
Yeah, but in Scientology years, he's like
Years.
27.
Right.
Yeah.
they age different in Scientology.
Yeah. That's the thing is like Tom Cruise is doing another Top Gun movie. He's still doing Mission Impossible films, and he's still like in ridiculous shape in his very late 50s. Like he turned 60 in July.
Still doing his own stunts, by the way, in a lot of his movies.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
old
that's
man.
where I was like, I have no excuse to not go to the gym. It's like, Jesus Christ. If Tom Cruise can still be doing this in his late 50s, like I should be doing this at 38.
That's what I'm saying. I look at
Right.
myself every day and I'm like,
Like,
man, come on, step
Fucking
up.
hell.
Right.
Like I could at least go for a walk today, and then it's like, nope, I think I'm just gonna order some dumplings. Call it a day.
Right. Man, that Coca-Cola looks real good right now.
Yeah.
You need more water. Maybe tomorrow.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
go-
We'll think
Like
about
water's
it.
available all the time. These Coke cans have expiration dates on them.
Yeah. Yeah. That's the thing, and it hurts me every time because like we'll buy like a 12-pack or something or Coke, and I'm just like, all right, after this 12-pack, I swear I am done. I'm gonna start drinking water, and then I just buy another 12-pack, and I'm like, all right, after this one, I swear to God, I'm gonna stop. Jackie Chan's almost 70 and
Yes.
still does his own stunts. Yeah, Jackie Chan
Yep.
is
Yes.
a god. They need to start.
Yeah, that
Absolutely.
night, yeah.
They need to
I
do
agree.
another. What was the with Chris Tucker? They need to do another
Rush
Hour.
No,
even
they don't.
even though the comedy won't. Me and Mark talk Bruce Leroy. We talk about it all the time. We don't know if that comedy will do well with this day and age with the racial jokes and all that stuff. But no, I love them. I love Rush Hour movies,
No
guys.
more
It's
Rush
great.
The first one was great. The first one was and like I mean I've talked before even on my channel before too. Like comedy does not is one of the hardest things or the worst things to age. Because just sensibilities change and what's considered acceptable versus not acceptable absolutely evolves so rapidly. Like jokes that were even like 5 years old can now age poorly or look back and be like no, that's not okay anymore. Or you kind of realize like now in hindsight, wow, that was not that was actually pretty offensive to somebody.
Right. Like me and Mark watched the first
man,
one, and we were just like,
it's still-
"Wow, you cannot say that today."
Yeah.
We're just like, "Wow, cancel Jackie Chan and Chris Tucker." Started here.
I think that again, but like contextually, it works fine. I mean, like Mel Brooks is still absolutely beloved and rightfully so. Like a lot of his humor is like between like Blazing Saddles, Young Frankenstein, History of the World Part 1, Robin Hood Men in Tights. All those are absolute classics.
That's Robin Hood Men in
but-
Tights is one of my favorites.
It's amazing. That's the first Mel Brooks film I ever saw. Spaceballs,
I love it.
incredible
Yes.
film. But
That's a
some of the
good one.
jokes just don't land anymore now too, or some of them are like a lot of his humor actually was very homophobic too. But it's like the reason he never got canceled or was ever called out for is like it was for the time, and it always came from a place of love. Like all of his humor was designed to be like still good spirited, unless with the exception like he will destroy the Nazis. Like that's the one thing and for him that was his coping mechanism. Like there was a really interesting documentary about like where his like why he does things the way he did for it. That was the one thing where he was like he's because he grew up during World War II and he fought World War II. Like yeah, he very much has some opinions on that stuff, but realistically, like all of his humor itself was designed to be so just like silly and goofy. Like you can still acknowledge like it's not appropriate by today's sensibilities for it, but for the time, absolutely a trailblazer.
I'll probably get canceled for saying this, but I've never seen Blazing Saddles. I know of
It's
it.
incredible.
Never seen it.
It's incredible.
Yeah, I don't know one. I saw half of it, not fully. So
Yeah, I know of it. I've seen the collection. Heck, I think I've even seen my parents' VHS collection, and it was there. So, but I never watched it. So I guess I'll have to watch Blazing Saddles now.
Absolutely.
Because everybody's talked about it
I'm
before.
following now.
Yeah.
F in chat for Jason.
Yeah, F's in chat.
You had a good run here. Yeah,
I'm
had
sorry.
a good run.
Nova Circuit's gonna get canceled now because of me. I'm sorry, guys. They're gonna vote me out of the board now, and I'm gonna have to like leave and step down. Oh God.
What do you
like? It's under 2 hours. Go watch it. It's so good.
I'm definitely gonna watch it now. I've heard about Blazing Saddles all my life, so I need to actually just step up and watch it.
Yeah. It's one of those things where people will ask, or there's been like a recurring, like I would say, like more of a comment than anything else. Like you can't make Blazing Saddles today, which is honestly pretty true. But it's because it was a very funny film that dealt with race relations in a very very clever way. But yeah, there's definitely some jokes in there too that that would just not fly anymore. I mean, there's again, it just kind of goes back. There's some homophobic comments that were just absolute. They're just again like back when it was made in the 50s and 60s was where that was much more the norm. But today's standards, like you absolutely would like it would be hurtful now. But if you watch it with the mentality of like when the film was made for it, you can maintain that level of sensibility for it. It's phenomenal. It is absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah.
And it's like Gene Wilder was like at his absolute best too. Like Gene Wilder was so good in that movie.
Have you seen Doctor Strange yet, Vanny?
Yeah.
What'd you
I
think?
saw that yesterday.
No spoilers. No, you loved it?
Yeah, no.
Yeah, it's in my top 5 Marvel films. I like people. I've seen the feedback for it too, where it's very much a Sam Raimi film for better or for worse for it too. I think that is still absolutely like super accurate for it. Like you know exactly like there's gonna be some tropes you're absolutely you're gonna see. Some of his buddies are gonna be in this film. You're gonna see that fucking yellow car, and it's gonna have like some weird camera stuff.
Yeah,
but in the context of all that, it works so incredibly well.
And I see that some of those reshoots in the movie here and there, and some they didn't put in. So yeah,
I didn't know they had to do reshoots for it. I know that that's not uncommon, but I didn't know that there were major changes. But
Well, I think there was changes because of the timing of when the movies came out. Because wasn't Spider-Man supposed to come out after this, but due to some COVID-related issues, Spider-Man had to come out before this movie, and so they had to change some scenes because originally it wasn't supposed to be. Was it not supposed to be American Chavez? Wasn't it supposed to be somebody else, or am I wrong on this? It was supposed to be something else. Some character was supposed to be. Yeah, I don't know, but yeah, so they had to do some reshoots and all that stuff. I have to look back at what it was. The movie was great. 100% agree. It is a pure Sam Raimi film. You get your Bruce Campbell cameo. You get all that stuff, like Vanny said. I loved the horror aspect of it.
Like there's some kids next to me who thank God were behaving through the whole film, but they like all the jump scares hit those kids hard. Like those kids are having some fucking nightmares for the next few days. But like I love it. I thought that was a like Elizabeth Olsen's like that's like one of her absolute best performances in her career. Like it was so complicated, so nuanced, and had to change her tone. Like almost like by the scene, you would see a different version of her, and she just nailed it every time. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Do I have WoW Classic? Of course I have WoW Classic. I'm a gamer.
Yeah. So it looks like you're playing some Burning Crusade.
Yeah. He's just asking. They're just making.
You
would love another Army of Darkness movie. Low key, my favorite Evil Dead movie out of the whole Evil Dead series. I loved it, and it was crazy because if you actually go back and watch all the Evil Deads, the first movie, straight horror, not a lot of comedy. Second movie, horror, still scary, little bit of tidbits of Bruce Campbell throwing his comedic stuff in there. Army of Darkness, comedy, not that scary, so good. And it was so good, man. If there was one thing me and my dad bonded over the most, it was freaking Army of Darkness. We would quote that movie all the time, and oh my gosh, so good. Oh, and the very crappy one-liners now today, like I may be bad, but I feel good. Oh my god. Or Hail to the King, baby. Oh god.
Yeah, that is Sam Raimi. Where they're saying like, just do whatever you want still, because he's the only guy who ever can make Evil Dead 1 and 2, and it's still basically being the same film just with a bigger budget.
No, they were the same film. That's the crazy thing. I thought 2 scared the heck out of me just because 2 scared me a little bit more than the first one, just because the whole cellar thing. Like for some reason that part scarred me for life. Like hearing him play the tapes of the people that used to be in the cabin, and they're like the guy. And when they were listening, the guy's like, I think the lady's name was like Dorothy or something. She's like, she went crazy. I had to kill her, and I buried her in the cellar. And Bruce Campbell's down there, ashes down there, like, oh shit. And then she pops out of the ground. I was like, fuck that. I never go to basements alone anymore, especially ones that are unfinished. Nope. There's definitely an old dead ass lady down there ready to kill me. I know for sure.
Swallow your soul.
Yeah, swallow your soul. Oh my god.
It was like those films were just like that's cinema history right there. Absolutely just incredible pieces of film right there. And and just like having the different tonal changes with it, and just Bruce Campbell just absolutely on his A game the entire time too. Like just absolute. And that's one of the things I still absolutely love about that guy in general, is like he will absolutely just sell every role that he's in because he's just having fun. And like he still takes his craft very seriously, but he's just enjoying himself. And like I've always really liked that about him. And he's apparently really good with his fans.
Yeah, the first one was his college project intended to be a horror. Oh, that's cool. Well, that was one hell of. He definitely should have gotten an A+ if that was a college project.
Yeah, no kidding.
That was a pretty really well done film. Vanny was wondering if your cam can zoom. I'm curious to see your collection in the back.
We can't zoom now because we're on Discord, but you always can swing by the stream.
Yeah, swing by the stream. I promise it's a good time.
Yeah, you can use channel points, and I can show things for my collection too.
Yep. Or make do you still do the TCG stuff?
Ross and I have not done that in a while, honestly. It's been because I think we've gone through most of the opuses now. I think there's just one left, and we're just kind of, I think, saving that one.
Nice. Okay. Yeah. That I haven't touched much Final Fantasy in a while either, but I believe okay. But yeah, no, go to his stream, trust me, and redeem all the collectibles. I had to stop because I was running. You guys made me run out of collectibles. Vanny, you guys go ahead and take whatever you guys were doing to me. Go over to his stream and do that because when I did the same thing, because I took that from you, Vanny. I took that idea from you. I was like, that's cool. Literally every day, it was like literally every 10 minutes. Show a collectible.
Yeah, that's why I put timers on there on all my stuff.
Yeah, I got it. I had to put I had actually started putting timers when I had grab a cold one as a redemption. Because everybody's just like, here, we're going to get you drunk on stream. And I was like, no, you're not. I have to take my wife to work in the morning. So.
Yeah, I'm having to change my hype train setup now, too. Because usually whenever I do a hype train, I switch to hard alcohol, like switch to whiskey. And the last couple times we had hype trains, yeah, like, especially now that like I'm working again, too. Like, there's no way I can, because I still stream during the middle of the week. I can't get drunk on a Wednesday. I got shit to do on Thursday.
My God. We've still not done a hype train, which is fine. It doesn't bother us, but I have ours set up and it's just Vega boys. We like to party. It's just us. It's going to be me dancing until the hype train's over. That's all I have planned, guys. So if you're wanting a spectacular hype train, that's all I got in the works right now. So Vanny, there's this other streamer that, we're friends with named I Am Me Sam. She's a Paladin streamer, and she does what we do. We like to play a lot of games with our play a lot of games with our community. You know that. She does the same thing with Paladins. Every stream, everybody's like, we're gonna get her drunk, so they do hype trains and all that stuff. And I think everybody's goal in her chat's to get her to cry too. You guys may not say that, but I see you guys making, and they're tears of joy because she gets so happy. She's super humble. But I see what you guys are doing in there. I even told Darklight, and he's one of the one of her mods, and I'm like, dude, they're out there to make her cry. Watch, and then boom, he's like, yep, there goes the tears, and I was just like, oh my God. Thank you for the gifted sub, Danny.
Yep. You missed it, Blue. She's gonna be playing Five Nights at Freddy.
Oh,
somebody bought her a stream deck. And she's gonna be playing Five Nights at Freddy.
Yeah, we're about to do our first 12-hour plus stream soon.
All
eventually.
with lights off, so be there.
Yeah.
Well, we don't know if we want to do a subathon and make it like cap at 24 hours, or we're trying to figure it out what we're gonna do.
I would still say you could every time I ever done a 12-hour stream, I still have like some like a mini one almost, but you can do like little stuff like get like those every flavor beans. I do every 5 subs I'll eat one of those beans.
The Bean Boozled thing?
Yep.
Oh my God. So like, I don't know if you're the same, Vanny, but I eat them. I don't spit them out.
They watch me eat the whole eat and swallow.
My wife, the sick humor that she has, she loves getting those and messing with us. She's like, no, we're playing this game, and she forces us to play it. And it blows her mind that I eat them and swallow them. I was like, listen, if I'm gonna put this in my mouth, I'm going all the way. I ain't punking out. And some of those are nasty.
Yeah, the dog food one's pretty rough, and the rotten egg and the puke.
I could taste it.
Yeah. But yeah, like doing stuff like that, or like I know some folks do subathons where like it extends their time for too. I've learned I cannot do 24 hours by myself. I've tried twice now. I'd rather do 2 12s instead.
Well, the cool thing is, and a lot of you guys know, Nova Circuit's not just me. I'm just a part of it.
Yeah.
I own the company. I'm Carnegie, if you guys don't know me in your own chats. That's my favorite part of your streams, by the way, Vanny. When I pop in, you're like, Carnegie, hello. Yeah. I get excited.
That's my thing.
Yeah, I love it. But me and Mags and Darklight were talking about, we were like, well, we're a big group. And with our past couple streams, if you guys haven't noticed our past couple streams, I have not been on the streams. It has been Margaret and has been Darklight and Jeff, because we're one big company and we're trying to expand and have more people be on the stream so you can build that relationship with everybody in Nova Circuit, not just me. But we were planning on just like someone taking over a couple hours, then Mags can take the next couple hours, and of course we were planning on having guests with us. So the day that we plan it, someone brought up an idea just to make like a bit goal so we get something out of it, but we're not really like, we don't really do that a lot, but because that's new to us. I'm not usually like, oh, here's a bit goal to do stuff, but we might do that. But yeah, once we figure out when we're doing it, we're gonna work a schedule to get guests in. So because one thing we love doing is promoting other people and just do all that. It's gonna be fun, but I do plan to do one this year, and man, it's going to be a good time. And then, of course, I want the community to get involved, so I want them to choose the games we play. I want them to, be with us. Of course, play games with us like Paladins or whatever you guys want to play. If you, like I said, we're still waiting, and the game's not called Hello Kitty Island Adventure anymore, which is very, very sad. It's called Hello Kitty World or something now, or Hello Kitty Online. I'm very sad, but we can play Hello Kitty finally instead of talking about it. I'll rock the shit out of some Hello Kitty. Say I won't.
Still calling me that, huh, Blue?
I know I saw Mags, but not Booty Boy neither, Jeff. Oh, they were a couple streams before. They did Wednesday. They did Wednesday, yeah.
And I went Thursday. I was supposed to go Friday.
So for you guys that don't know, Jeff and Darklight created their own YouTube channel based off our Shibuya Anime Tavern, which is Nova Circuit's production. They do an anime talk show. Well, we gave them their own YouTube channel, so Wednesday was their day to promote it. So please go check them out as well on that. They do anime talking stuff, and it's good. It's good. I'm very proud of Jeff because for the longest time I was the only editor in this company, and now I have myself, Mark, Darklight, Jeff, everybody editing for me. Thank God, because boy, that was starting to kill me. And it's funny because Mag's husband just jumped in and started doing it because we posted our Mario Party video, which was filmed like months ago. And he's like, he finally got that up. And Jeff's like, yeah, that shit ain't happening. We got to catch him up. So Jeff's like, I'm going to start helping. It's just hard.
Jason will let me help him. I said, oh my gosh, please. He would love it.
But no, that's eventually going to happen. Bean Boozle also has a spicy edition. That I'll be into. Please, God, let me do that. Fun. I love spicy food, so.
Yeah, I'd much rather do like a spicy challenge versus. I still have more of those beans for it too. Yeah. But no, when I did mine, it was the first one was like I had a retro game in my back pocket that if we hit a certain sub goal, then whatever we're playing, we stop, we switch to the retro game. So we did Turtles in Time.
Ooh, wow.
That's a good idea.
Dang, man. Yeah. Why you got all the good games, man? Hey, if we hit a sub goal, what should we play? Just any good game. Tell me a good game.
I'd say if it's like you mentioned your favorite game before, like do like 2 hours Mario RPG, get like an emulator or something, and
done, dude. That. Guys, that game's so good. It's so good. Oh God, yeah.
What was the other games?
Yeah, what's the other games?
I'm gonna see if I actually can find my. Oh no, it's on my old PC. So yeah, the first one was unlocking was that. I've done 2 so far. The first one was doing the did a Spider-Man Miles Morales cosplay, so I did that for a bit. Then it was the retro game. Then it was karaoke. Then it was a movie watch party, so we unlocked that one. So we ended up watching Ghostbusters Afterlife later on, and then at the end, because it's legal here in California, I played Among Us High later in the week. So yeah, I took an edible and then played that, that was fun. Second time was Turtles in Time. I think we did multiplayer stuff. Like I played. I think we switched over to like Mario Kart for a bit. The last one was the high Vanny streams because I always say those. An anime watch party. So we started watching The World Ends with You, the anime. So it's actually we ended up really enjoying that. So now we're doing like anime Discord watch parties on my channel on Mondays because we want to finish that series.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh God, that was the other one that we did. There's like 2 or 3 things that we end up like stuff that we added onto it too. But like the in between goals, like every time we hit like a 5 sub goal mark was I would eat one of the beans.
Oh.
Yeah.
See, we need to do something like that, Vanny. You're inspiring.
Yeah.
But no, I do remember watching you cook one time on edibles.
I never did that.
I swear, or you just, or no, you cooked and then you did. Yeah, I think that's what you did.
Yeah, like I people have asked me to do that too, and it's too dangerous because it's just something like I don't have a safety net for it. But it was the cookies that you saw.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. I was like, man, what did you cook with the edibles? I was like, because you gamed afterwards, I believe too.
Yeah, because I took a couple of bites of it. I
gotta think.
Yeah, it was a lot milder at that point. Because I've done that. I've done the world's hottest chocolate. I put that in cookies.
Oh wow.
Yeah, those actually do give it like because I made peanut butter cookies with a couple of pieces of that mixed into it, and it still stings. Like even when you mix it with all the dairy, the butter, and the sugars and stuff too, you think the dairy does dilute it quite a bit, but it will still like knock your ass out a bit.
You guys talk about weedy food. Yes, we
Uh,
we there's a little bit of the devil's lettuce in it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the crazy part. Like living in a state where like the where that's legal, and you just get when it gets delivered to you, it's not done by like a skeevy dude like in the back of their car that you have to like meet them at a park or something. Like it's just delivered to you by like a dude who's like looking like they just got like left college, and brings it to you in like their like Toyota Corolla. Like it's like, here you go,
love it.
let me just scan your ID.
That's awesome.
And
Yeah.
another thing about Vanny streams, guys, is his cooking streams are really fun to watch, and
Yes.
he does let
Yeah.
his
Yummy
community
food, too.
sometimes just choose what he cooks next time.
Yep.
He's cooked for us or me. He's made my wife's meatloaf before. So like I said, like we do, he gets very involved with his community. So if you ever go over there and watch his cooking streams, they're awesome. Oh man, they make me hungry every time. Every time he's in there, I'm always asking, "You gonna finish that? you want to send me some of that?" Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be Thursday's the next one. We're making arepas from scratch.
Oh.
Which I tried doing that on Thursday, but I didn't get the right ingredients. Or this past Thursday, and then I completely just destroyed it. So I had to pull like a last minute mulligan on that one. That was not like I thought I could replace the specific kind of cornmeal that you're supposed to use to make. You're making gorditas if you never.
El Paso, thank you for the follow.
And yeah, I could just completely fucked it up. Like I just thought like, well, regular cornmeal should be fine versus the stuff specifically designed for this. And nope. Like you're supposed to like get like a dough when you mix the cornmeal with the water and a couple other things.
Right.
No, I made sand. I 100% just made wet sand. So I was like, well, this is fun. It's one of the few times where I was trying to do a cooking stream and just everything was just completely fucked.
That's another question
Yeah.
I have, because every cooking stream that I've watched, you've been satisfied or liked it. Has there anything ever been that you've, like I said, you probably have, I just missed it. Is there anything you ever made that you were like, I didn't like this? No, this is not my taste.
There was two. I was working off the Star Wars cookbook, and there was something called like Huttonese slime pods, which is it's gnocchi. So like gnocchi's great.
Oh, I love gnocchi.
The problem though is that the sauce that you put into it is it's an avocado salsa or sauce that you mix it in with, and it's like if you follow the recipe to the letter for, which is what I did. It's way too much sauce. So it's basically like you're just eating avocado soup, and it was just like this is not good. The other was oh god, what was it? I have an honorable mention one too because that one doesn't really count. But it was the other one was making the breakfast burger, and that one was rough because I thought like it was too many fatty foods in there. So instead of a hamburger bun, I used an everything bagel.
I think
So
I
bacon.
was there on that one.
Yeah, the bacon, the
That
cheese
was a good
omelet,
one.
and the double patty.
Yeah, I was. Yeah,
that
working
was-
for that day.
Yeah, that was it
seemed
was
like a lot. It was heavy.
it was way too heavy, and it's all too many homogeneous foods, and they all just start to melt together. It was gross. So I tried it again about a month later, and like cut everything from that. So instead of like an everything bagel, it was a regular bagel. Cut the meat by half. Added like I know I added pickles to the recipe too because it needed something like lighter and crunchier to kind of handle all those extra flavors. Got rid of the hash brown, and yeah, significantly better.
Yeah.
And the honorable mention one was like for April Fools. Like I let chat made a casserole, and chat got to decide what went in it, and it was a clam chowder, broccoli, cheese, chocolate.
Wow.
Casserole.
Oh,
Yeah,
how did that one go?
I took 2 bites and threw it out. Yeah.
So you're saying your chat was upset with you for some reason? Because
Well,
I'm
yeah.
like, what the hell is he?
But it was for April Fools, so
Yeah, it was-
Okay, that
Yeah.
makes sense.
That's understandable.
yeah.
And,
like,
and
I
the
ain't-
crazy thing is Vandy, you didn't go to culinary school, right? You just
No,
do
no,
this
no,
on the
no.
fly.
Yeah, no, it's there's a streamer who I watch who is in culinary school, and it's like to see I'm tend to be pretty proud of the stuff I make. It doesn't compare to the friends who I know who stream who are in culinary school. It is like leagues ahead of me.
Can I guess the streamer?
Recipe Reborn.
Yeah, that's Yep.
Yeah.
Lemon
yeah,
Drop.
I love her.
Oh yeah, we love her too. Yep.
Lavender.
Yep.
Yeah.
We have rated her a
Um,
bunch. Chat should know who she is. Yes. You're the
Yep.
one who showed me her. Yep.
Yeah, she's the one who got me into doing cooking streams too. So yeah, she's incredible. Like, but her like level of skill is like beyond mine for it too, and for good reason too, since she studies that and she's very passionate about cooking.
you watch Happy Chef. And I highly recommend watching A Recipe Reborn. She does a lot of obviously Final Fantasy type foods, and her work's great, and I love it. And she has cute little pets.
Yep.
And they're adorable. But no, Vanny's also does cooking streams, like I said, and they're awesome, and it always looks so good. I've never been disappointed on any of them. Oh, nice! I forgot Vanny. I forgot you were a mod, man. Heck yeah!
Yeah.
I realized that too.
All right, I'm writing down the score. Vanny has 1 point. I'm keeping track.
Yep.
Great work. That's right. Good shout out. Because I was gonna say, can someone shout out A Recipe Reborn real quick? Oh yeah, dab for Deku. But no, yes, yeah, her cooking streams are awesome too. I think Vandy, you got me into watching cooking streams.
Yeah, no, they're fun. I did my first collab one too the other a couple weeks ago too, and that was really interesting too.
Oh, how'd that go? Who'd you collab with?
It was another cooking streamer named Camelo. And
if you want to shout them out, you can too.
It was one of the weirdest experiences I've ever done as a streamer, where it was like where I'm making at the same time as he is too, but his chat his chat can do stuff like they can donate bits, and he's got like a ping pong ball shooter. So if somebody donates like 250 bits, like he'll be cooking, all of a sudden he'll get pinged in the head with one of those. Yeah.
Can't do that here because for some reason one thing our chat likes to do is bully me on weird things. So yep, that would hurt. I'd be in a hospital. Yeah, Darklight, no bullying Blue Maiden, please. Come on now. Ooh woo.
Yeah, okay. We go ooh woo, and I'm all ooh.
That's awesome. Yeah, I'm gonna check out that streamer as well. Yeah, that's cool that you did a little.
Yeah, we did. Made fish and chips together, and the fish. It was really, really good. Oh my god, I hadn't had fried fish in such a long time, but yeah, like because he had that, and then he still has some batter left over from the fish and chips. So then he deep fried Sour Patch Kids, which basically just turned that into goo. And then he deep fried some Chips Ahoy.
Oh. Ooh, that sounds so good.
Yeah.
Oh.
Except if you remember,
he has Oreos, so that's different.
it's the same batter that he used for fish. The exact same batter. So he dunked cookies into that. So
I like fish batter though.
Worked at a nursing home and it killed that passion. I love cooking. I like grilling though. My wife can cook, and the cool thing, the reason my wife doesn't think she's a good cook at all. She does cook really well. The cool thing about my wife though, Lisa, is she has a really good like taste palette, I guess is the right word. She has a really good palette where she can like tell what's gonna work, and it comes up in her head. She's like, actually, I think this would be really good. And she tries it, and then it turns out to be amazing. My God, nice. She kills it. I'm really good at like barbecue-tichiness or whatever that's called. I can kill it on a grill. But man, I come nowhere close to my wife when she comes in here and she comes up with these recipes. She's like, I'm going to try something. It's probably not going to be that good. And then I'm like, this was crafted by a 5-star chef. This is so good. I was like, man. And it's kind of like you, Vanny. She didn't go to culinary school. She's just like doing it on the fly.
But usually, like I tend to go off recipes too. So
well, yeah. Well, I mean, we all do that. She does the same thing too. So, but yeah.
Absolutely.
It's entertaining to watch, though. I never thought watching a cooking stream would be fun until I watched you do it, and I was like, "This is something I can get to." I was like, "I can get into this." Yeah. And like I said, and then Lemon Drops, like I said, like you did when you shouted her out. She's entertaining too. It's crazy because a lot of the other cooking streams that I do watch, there's not a lot of interaction with chat. It's them going over recipes, and I think that's why I kind of cling on to yours and Lemon Drops, and I'm gonna check out the other Camelol whenever I can, but it's nice because you Lemon Drop take out like time away from what you're doing because you do have that time to actually interact with people. And I think I do. That's why I enjoy your guys' cooking streams more than anybody's. I think.
Yeah. Thank you for that.
Yeah. I'm a big Vanny's fan. I simp for Vanny.
Yeah,
everybody
knows
that.
This is great for my self-esteem.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Well, everybody, like I said, when you're not here, I'm always talking about it. I think we don't have one stream where I don't mention Vanispheres in it. I would have to go back and it'd be like in a huge history list where I don't mention it. But it's cool because you're the first streamer that I'm a huge fan of that I actually interact with. Like a lot of the other ones are ones that are already big celebrities on Twitch, but I'm like, I talk to Vanny. I get to actually see him. I mean, we're on camera, obviously, but like
Yeah.
if I was ever out there in Southern California, Vanny would have no issue saying, "Hey, what's up?" And I was like, "That's cool." Like, it's like excited. I'm gonna be that guy to ask you for an autograph, and just like sign my Final Fantasy case.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that would be such blasphemy to do that. Oh my god, no.
I'll just have you sign the plastic that surrounds
There it is. Yeah.
But no, it's I do simp for Vanny all the time. I think I even
Yeah.
said that in your stream. Like, hey, Vanny.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even when my wife has to
I
come
feel
and
like
tell
you
me
stream.
there's a problem, then yeah, she's like, but yeah, no, it's
Oh no, Blue.
oh, that's sad. Was it
That's
Darklight
sad,
bullying
Blue.
you? Jason never shows up to my streams. Your streams when you streamed, you lived in Russia and it was crazy timing.
Yeah.
Oof. Yeah.
And I do try to show up to your stream. I try to show up to everybody's streams. You guys understand, I have a family. Listen, I'm like, the cool thing about Vanispheres streams is most of his streams are when I'm at work. So either I'm watching him or lurking. And you guys have already seen my tabs. I posted in Discord of all the tabs of the streamers that I watch. And yes, Vanispheres is on there as well. Dude, I have so many channel points, Vanispheres, I don't even know what to do with them.
There's a custom command option there.
I did. I thought about that, but I was like, I'm trying to think of a custom command. I got it. Simp for Jason. Got it. You just gave me an idea, but nah. Yeah, I have so many.
Oh Lord.
I
no.
have. I gotta see.
No,
I have.
I'm usually
I have
I'll
1,000.
jump in. I won't say anything. I'll just jump in and lurk.
Yeah,
'Cause
thank you
I'm
for
the
that.
same. I'm always busy. I just kind of it's just touching. I just don't want to start a conversation and then like my kids get into something and I gotta get up.
That's
and
what
leave
I always
and
feel
don't
bad
hear it,
about.
You know what
Yeah.
I mean? That's what I feel bad. I don't
'Cause
want you to.
there'll
Like,
be
respond to me or
times.
talk to me and I'm not there.
There'll be times where I'm watching Vanny stream and I'll go in chat and talk. And like I said, Vanispheres is very interactive with this chat. He'll talk to you, and even if it's been a while since he talked to you, he'll be like, "So Carnegie, how you doing?" and things. And I'm always worried. Like when I'm always like, "Man," and I'll hear him because I have my headphones on. And I'm like, oh, gotta go to his stream real quick and answer so he knows I'm still here. Even though he knows
Yeah.
I'm there lurking, but I just like,
Yeah.
like I said, it's fun if the interaction's fun. And then I always feel bad when I have to step away. And I'm like, man, I hope Vanny didn't ask a question because I didn't answer. I had to walk away, and I always feel so bad. It's like, man,
Oh,
I'm
no, it
here.
doesn't
I'm here. I promise. You can see
No,
it.
no, I appreciate it.
Yeah, because you've been streaming for a while. You can see everybody in chat. You'll see Carnegie in there and Nova Circuit. I actually watch you from both. So I try to help give those views to everybody. So
Appreciates it.
yep. But I want to have you play a game
you
of
guys
choice if I
playing today?
wanted. I don't know. It's up to Vanny if Vanny wants to play games with us. If not, it's fine. Listen, it's up to him. He's the special guest. And I'm gonna get Vanny again on here, and we're gonna get him and Raz at the same time, one time too.
Yeah. What do you have in mind? Have you-
What do you have in mind?
You ever played What the Dub?
That's the game you play with your chat, right?
Mm-hmm.
And how did we get that going?
What's your Steam name
Yes.
on here?
Do
Do you have Steam?
I do have Steam.
Seems-
It is.
Hey, Mike.
I think it's known to pwn you.
Jesus Christ.